Welcome to the open book, where every voice matters. Every story got layers, and every conversation opens something new. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective shows. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Late night talks with the smooth bass knocking. Whole room tuned when the topics dropping. Authors, culture, real life views. Open book vibes bring a whole new groove. No fake energy when the dialogue starts. Different perspectives play a major part. From page to podcast, the vibes stay deep. Real conversations every single week. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective show. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every chapter different. Every voice got purpose. Every voice got purpose. Turn the page.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a happy Sunday. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Give me 1 second, y'all. I forgot I had the TV going. Okay, let's see. All right, y'all. Oh, come on. All right, so we're going to get into it this morning with some great news to kick off our Sunday morning regarding Karmelo Anthony, y'all. So last night or early morning, Nick at Night did an update video, y'all. And I saw this was one of the first videos that I saw this morning where she was able to speak with Karmelo Anthony's father. And he had a chance on yesterday to go and visit Karmelo in the PAC unit there, excuse me, near Houston, Texas, not Austin, Houston, Texas, 70 miles outside of Houston, Texas, and said that Karmelo is in good spirits. He also knew that people were wearing purple and out here supporting him. So we'll look at her video and react to that. And then also, I wanted to show y'all, I shared on my community wall last night, for those of you who were not familiar with Karmelo saving a young boy's life, saved him from drowning. Well, the parent of that boy reacted to the news about Karmelo and what has happened to him this past week with the whole verdict and so forth. So we'll get into that as well. Okay, so make sure y'all tap that like button. Let's get into it. Let's see who we have here so far. Hey, T Mills, welcome, sis, and thank you for being first in the building. Hey, A Mama Magazine is in the building. Good morning, sis. Hey, Patrice, welcome. Thank you for tapping in. Who we got in the building? T with Lulu. How have you been? Welcome, sis. Thank you for joining. It's been a minute. Good morning, Monica. Welcome. Thank you for joining, sis. Hey, Lakeisha is in the building. Good morning. What? Look at here. Hey, Terry. Good morning, Terry. You up early with us? Okay. I love Terry. Terry comes through with a disclaimer. Okay. Shout out to Terry. This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Thank you so much, Terry. Good morning, Mama 80s is in the building. Thank you for joining. Hey, my sis, Shelly Shells. Look, this is my coffee partner. Okay, but y'all, Shelly Hey, she does it up, okay? She doing coffee morning, noon, and night. I can't keep up, okay? Hey, sis, grand rising to you as well. Shotty Red is in the building. Welcome. Good morning, sis. Hey, Key loves me. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Honey 5K is in the building. She said, I was happy to hear that news. Me too. Me too. Okay. It gave me a great sense of peace, even more so. But I told y'all that when I saw where he was and kind of went on the Facebook page and so forth, then it kind of like relaxed me. I felt good knowing he wasn't going to that big one in Huntsville, y'all. Ooh, Lord have mercy. My heart was racing. So I'm glad, even in the midst of this chaos and in the midst of, the tragic news, we can see a little silver lining in some things. Okay. Always a pleasure to be here. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Hey there. Shout out to Chi-Town is in the building. Good morning. Welcome. She said, checking in the building on this blessed Sunday. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. They did a walk in McKinney yesterday for Karmelo. Yes, I heard about that. And you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up. Turn it down. No loud. I'm glad that you brought that up because I may, while we're on here, look to see if I could get a snippet of some of that, because Smash, the topic, may have been at that walk. Okay. Hey, Carla, good morning. You know who would be a good lawyer for Karmelo? Brian Steele, without question. Yes, I've been hearing his name being put out there. And y'all, this morning we were talking about Johnny Cochran. We need some. We need a Johnny Cochran of today's time. Johnny Cochran, some of the lawyers that were trained up under him, they are still around. But see, I don't know if they practice in Texas and things like that. But hey, it's still some that were trained under Johnny Cochran that are some awesome attorneys. I love seeing all the Caucasian people coming out and speaking up for Karmelo and the situation. They know it's wrong. Exactly, honey 5K. Exactly. And y'all, I don't know if y'all saw the short that I shared with the elderly white lady. Now, that lady did not want to be recorded, child. Those people recorded that lady. I said, now, wait a minute. Y'all could have blurred the lady's face. I at least tried to blur her face because you don't want those people coming for her. Okay. She's giving a different narrative than what they're trying to put out there. Okay. I said, protect that lady and her husband at all costs. They were out there trying to support Karmelo and put some truth to this thing. And it was in line with what some of the other people who saw the other video, it was in line with what they said also. And so, but hers, y'all, because, if we may get into that, because I wanted to show y'all, because the other guy, the first black guy that came out and said that he saw the other video, remember he said it was one point where Austin looked to be positioned over Karmelo, right? Well, with her account, that would make sense because she said he had it in his hand and it's almost like Austin fell on this tool, okay? And so that would have made sense because if you think about it, the way they said his heart was punctured, his body weight, you see what I'm saying, for it to go that deep could have possibly in the scuffle I could see how that could have happened. When you put those two things together, I was like, wow, yeah, that's something interesting. Yeah, Johnny Cochran was lit. Y'all, I'm still every night trying to watch the O.J. Simpson documentary on Netflix, child. Good morning. Hey there. I am that somebody. She said God is going to turn this around. I definitely agree. Hey, Becca, welcome. Brian Steele is the white version of the great Johnny. Okay, come on now. Oh, speaking of that in Mama Magazine, girl, they have submitted y'all in order to seal the records. Okay. See this, I'm telling y'all, they don't want the information out because they know that they failed that young man. They did not do proper protocol. Now, when they do the appeal though, they are going to have to give them access to this. Okay. So they may can try to cover it up right now and try to not let people see the video now and try to put a little seal on it for now. but it's going to come out. Even with us looking at the docket on yesterday, y'all, and I know we couldn't go into the links and pull up, because Mr. CKB was on, and he's a lawyer, so he looks at things with a different perspective. So that when how I was looking at it was kind of different than what a lawyer would look at it. But my thing that I was telling him was it still kind of tells a story. Turn that down. It still kind of tells a story, right? We may not have the full details of what particular person was served on the affidavit and things like that, but it shows when subpoenas were issued, when they were not served. And we could tell that they were not served because those representatives did not show up in court. Okay, you could even see that they went, y'all, and backdated, because I did screenshots of what it looked like 2 days ago. They went back and backdated certain things. So if the court clerk is over that, well, she dropped the ball. Okay, quit trying to update it. You should have, no, when she went in to make changes, you should have put the date that you made the changes. Don't go back and backdate stuff. Okay, I have my own proof of that. I'm glad that I screenshotted just so y'all won't think I'm lying. It was different one day, and then they went back and changed it and put the dates back from last year. No, if you just updated the docket, you need to put the date that you updated. It showed that y'all failed him and y'all didn't really do anything. Then y'all try to go back in there and add different stuff to make it look like, oh, we were issuing this, we were doing, no, it wasn't there at first. So it is what it is. Let's see, everyone, please hit that like button. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. Yes, it is for free. Yeah, they're saying it wasn't a knife, right? And you know what? The thing to that, y'all, is they never show in court the real weapon. I want to see the real thing. I think that had strategy as well of let's not bring the real thing in. We could just say knife, but we need to see it. Okay, because we're still hearing that this thing was not just a knife as we're picturing this, it was like a tool. Some people say it's like a clear thing that you can use to sharpen cleats. And we need to see the actual evidence. I've never seen a trial where you won't bring in the real evidence. You don't have experts of this magnitude, y'all. You don't have experts that come and sit on the witness stand. You don't have real evidence in front. Like what? Where's his backpack? Where was the backpack? Did y'all take up his backpack? Where are the clothes he had on that y'all put in the trunk that was supposed to be evidence that we saw in that arrest report? We still trying to figure out why y'all putting his clothes in the trunk. Okay. We're still trying to figure that out. She said, I used to do essays on him in high school in 1997. Who, Shawty Red? Yeah, all this to cover up proves that they are playing dirty. Clock it. Okay, clock it. Hey, Becca, because you're not trying to, this judge is out here saying he probably used the word fair 50,000 times in his interview to try to persuade people that this was a fair trial. No, he came out to try to do some damage control because people, despite a lack of audio and video in their courtroom, word was still getting out about how this whole case and trial was being done and that it was the complete opposite of being fair. We heard about it. Okay, we had people, see, they didn't want the Nika Knights in there. They didn't want these other content creators, the NCB. They didn't want Queen Sheba's in there. Because, see, they were going to come out and give us the full scope. See, it's only so much CBS News is going to put out there. They're not going to put the tone of the whole courtroom, what the judge is doing, what the dad is doing, coaching, shaking his head. They didn't want that inside of the courtroom. Now they don't want the transcripts out there because y'all, we're going to really see for ourselves if we read through those transcripts and get, and also y'all, remember the medical examiner came in to testify. Oh, they don't want that released too, because guess what? The medical examiner's report is going to have the autopsy and toxicology of Austin. Because we are hearing, hey, Philly Girl Juice, we are hearing that he allegedly had some things in his system. Now, some drugs. Okay, allegedly. Now, the thing of it is, there was one going around. I don't know if y'all saw it. There, I don't know if it was real. I told my husband, he was showing me. I said, I ain't gonna share it, okay? Because for one, it's the deceased child. Well, he's not a child, but a deceased young man, okay. And then I don't want to put out something that has not been verified and that's come through public records to me. Supposedly, it was something leaked from the medical examiner's office with Austin's toxicology report. Okay. Now, I don't know. They definitely going to try to cover that. Okay. Best believe they not trying to let nothing get out because all of that is a part of public records. When I submitted for Tyrone Davis, the public records for his case, they sent toxicology reports. They sent autopsy reports, medical examiner narrative, all of that. Okay. So all of that would be a part of the public records. Hey, MJ, I just really started following this case in more detail. I heard his family only had a public defender and called no other character witnesses except his mother. Um, well, he wasn't a public defender. And I believe Nick is going to clarify this from the dad on this video today. But and it was a lot, I guess, going on with that behind the scenes of who was telling him to go with this lawyer, who was telling him to go with the other lawyer. Now, yesterday, we did go through the situation with the lawyers. Now, the dad was saying that Toby Shook was working with a high-profile client, so he thought he was really good. However, y'all, this is the kicker. This is the part that he didn't know. Toby Shook was a prosecutor. Okay. He was a prosecutor, not on the defense side. Okay. This is the first case. I don't know if y'all knew this. This was the first case where he was on the defense side of the table. Now, this is the part that looks really crooked. We showed this yesterday. Now, Toby Shook was one of Karmelo Anthony's defense attorneys. Okay. Bill Werski was one of the prosecutors. These two men had a law firm, Shook, Gunter, and Werski in Dallas together. They have worked as prosecutors, okay, on cases together. This was the first time that Shook was on the defense side of the table. I wonder why. Okay. Baby, they was setting Karmelo up. All of this was pre-planned, in my opinion. It was a whole big setup to have your people positioned on both sides. People wonder, well, how did we get this jury? I shared the short yesterday. Oh, child, I didn't even have to share anything with the short. I just said, this is the jury of his peers. Child, you get all kind of racist comments coming out of nowhere. Okay, I ain't say nothing racist. Obviously, y'all got some type of feelings of y'all know it's not right. Y'all coming up under my post, and I just did a post. I didn't even say my thoughts about it. Okay, I'm deleting. Okay, do not come under my post, shorts, videos with your racial comments. It's getting deleted. Now, I do leave some because you can have a difference of opinion. If it's not too disrespectful, I'll leave it. Because I want people to, you don't have to really, just agree with me. However, if it's something that is downright racist, it is being deleted. Okay, I'm not going to even finish reading. I read first two words and it's out of there. And if you are too disrespectful, you are blocked. Okay, so that's how we roll at the open book. And definitely do not respond to the supporters with any racist or disrespectful comments because you're going to get blocked. All right. What about his coach, his teammates? Yes, I didn't understand that part as well. Why they didn't bring in any of those people as character witnesses. Your guess is as good as mine, child. But it goes back to this. Okay. It goes back to if you got a snake in your camp, you're gonna do the bare minimum. Okay. You have a whole different strategy. It was all about let's get that money, child. They done raised money for the enemy. Okay, in my books, when I thought about that thing last night, I said they have raised money for the enemy, child. That money went to Mike Howard and to Toby Shook. Okay, snakes in the camp, and they done got the lawyer money. Court TV did an interview with Brian Weiss, who was or still is an appellate attorney in Texas. He brought up some good information that he didn't agree with, and some things that wasn't done properly. Oh yeah, a lot of lawyers are starting to speak up. They know that it wasn't done the right way. Mm-hmm. So glad that celebrities are donating money for a better defense team. Right. And y'all, just I'm hoping that these people really do what they say that they're doing, and it's not just about word, out here trying to just say something to get some type of attention or clout. Like, if you're going to say you're doing something, please do it and help the family. Like, some of this is just starting to turn into a distraction. Like with the whole Charleston White thing, it's just turning into a whole big distraction. And so I don't know. I just hope that they're really, really doing it. Let's see here. Knowing nothing was fair about this trial. Right, exactly. Yeah, Queen 88 was there. Yes. Philly Girl said the entire trial was set up to get Carmelo in jail for a long time, which is why the trial, they want it sealed. Yes. I hope I'm not freezing up. Oh, NCB is the North Carolina beat with Gerald Jackson. He was there, but then he left. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Austin. Yes, Philly Girl allegedly. Mm-hmm. Grand Rising, Sonya. Sometimes when my comments slow down like that, I'll get nervous. Facts, they will try and cover it. One of the students said the twins were doing a substance before the track meet, allegedly. Exactly. I heard that too. MJ, Ben Crump, I know people have been saying that as well. He kind of handles like a lot more of the cases where the families are trying to get a civil lawsuit and come into a lot of money. I'm gonna be honest; those are the cases I see him handling, where it's more of the civil cases. And he's even working with some family right now. I saw it on the news the other day. I think Shelby County. So those are pretty much the cases I see him handling. If the family is doing a civil lawsuit against that county or that state, and so forth. So I don't think he would have been a good candidate for for this. Serious conflict of interest for sure. Right. Hey Tabitha, welcome. Patrice said it was a setup. Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was. And they're trying to cover up. New judge, yep, new lawyer, new jury, new venue, in that order. Okay. This appeal, they definitely need to move the venue. Okay. Hey Buttercup, welcome. Good morning. Shelly said their parents knew them twins were dangerous, and I believe the family is well known and they rigged this case. Yep, I agree. Celebrities so far that I've heard are Boosie, Cardi B, Kim Kardashian. I don't know, y'all. Like I said, some of that is AI. So just make sure that it is real. Okay. And that's what I want to know, because yesterday when we talked about that, MJ, I was like, the family can identify another one of those snakes by seeing who recommended Shook. Okay, because whoever put his name out there knew what they were doing. Okay, they knew they were probably a part of the gameplay, because this man has never been on the defense side, especially of no black young man. Okay, he was the prosecutor. So you mean to tell me this is his first case? He wants to be on the defense side. I would have been side-eyeing that. I don't care who he was possibly, defending. If it was a rapper, or I don't know who the person was. But no. No. Yeah, they realized now they were following bad instructions. Exactly. Whoever was saying all of that information. Hi, Nine Rachel. She said it's now going to be a civil lawsuit. They have grounds for that. And definitely, that's another reason I believe that the school district did not show up, or, was showing unserved, because the school district, I feel like it was some negligence out there, the lack of supervision during that the track meeting. Where were the adults? Okay. It should not have gotten that far. It should have been an adult under that tent. It's so many things we could go through, walk through this thing and see where some things went wrong. It should have been an adult nearby under the tent. He shouldn't have had to run to nobody. Okay, I don't care if they are high school students. You definitely can't leave them alone. They worse than the kindergartners. Okay, they got phones. You don't know what's taking place over there. Okay, so that in itself is negligent, in my opinion. They should be held responsible. Okay, who's checking bags? Did they have the security? Why the resource officer got to come way from somewhere else? Were you on site, sir? Were you there at the facility? How far away were you? Okay, who's doing security checks? That's what I want to know. Who was doing security checks? Okay, so it's a lot of things that we go back and really think about that were not done properly. A lot of things. Let's see. Yes, he would never get a fair trial in that area. No, he won't. No. If he passed away on the scene, why did you have him in the hospital with tubes in his system? Y'all know that boy had rugs on his system. Okay. That part they definitely not gonna want people to know. Then the mother, she know her son, she know what they're about. That's why she's not talking much. Yeah, she knows. Hey, sweetness, good morning. She knows exactly, exactly. Yes, or where was the school officer? Exactly. Right, T Mills. Okay. So it's a lot of things this family could have a possible lawsuit. And really, to be honest, both sides, both families. Okay. I feel that it was a lot of negligence. And because it looked like, if I go back, if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna go back one day this week and just go through that arrest report, because that is public. A lot of things that were wrong, because I believe that resource officer was not nearby. Okay, I think he came there. So I'm gonna go back and verify that. But who was checking bags? Where were the adults? Those are things that could lead them to a lawsuit. Okay, that's why they did not want to come. Also, they didn't want to come and show up because they had to bring that video that the other people already saw, that they don't want people to really talk about. Okay, they would have had to bring that video to court. The prosecutors brought a video that was blurry. They didn't bring that video. Okay, now this is how you know the defense was on some mess. How come y'all did not still subpoena? And my thing is this: it's almost like they tried to make it look like a certain thing, like they were trying to do stuff, and it just went by the wayside. Like a weird app doing applications for subpoenas and serving them, but they're going unserved. So you mean to tell me you made it all the way to the trial and you didn't try to stop things until you got what you needed? You just gonna let it? Oh, okay, we tried to serve them, they didn't get it, so we're gonna go ahead and go with no witnesses and no evidence. Wait, what? No, we're gonna halt. Okay. We need to wait until all of our people are in position. We need to wait until we have a clear video. Okay, what did y'all do? Y'all never told the story of what happened. Even if you didn't want to put Karmelo on the stand, you never told the story of what happened. We got kind of more information out of his parents recently about some things that happened, but y'all never really told the story of it. It's so crazy. MJ says, so my son ran track all his life and went to college track scholarship. Coaches don't be under those sins because they are watching and coaching athletes compete. They can't be in both places. But MJ, if the coaches cannot be, there should be supervision. You see what I'm saying? Like if you go on a field trip, let's just say if you go on a field trip and teachers, have a certain class. I'm speaking from my educational perspective right now. If I was to take my class on a field trip and I have 30 students, okay, we're going to let's just say the park or the zoo, okay? I cannot by myself watch 30 students by myself. For one, it's illegal. The ratio, the teacher to student ratio is out of whack, out of proportion. Okay. So guess what we got to do? We got to either have parent volunteers. We either got to get some teacher assistants. We got to make sure our bases are covered so that students can be watched. If the coaches are down there, you're manning the events, or you're out there prepping, guess what? Look, district, whoever, we need some subs, baby, whoever you got to get. We need some parent volunteers. Okay, we need some assistant coaches. We need somebody to sit over here with these kids and monitor these kids. Because if not, that's what's going to end up happening. Things can go too far. It really should not have gotten that far, because the first sign of there's a crowd forming, guess what? Coaches should have been running up there to that tent. Somebody should have been in position to get over there quickly. It should not have been able to get that far. So I'm not putting blame on anyone. However, I feel it was negligent to not have enough supervision there at that track meet, like people in charge, security, all of that. It should not have been able to get that far. I'm just speaking from my educational perspective. I know that's my first question as a parent. If something comes up with my child, first question, okay, can I ask you this? Where were you positioned? Okay, what was the teacher? That's my first question every time. I just want to get a view of where was the supervision before whatever happened. Let's start there. Okay. Not that I'm trying to get the teacher in trouble or anything like that. I need to know first, where was the teacher? Was the teacher on the phone? Was the teacher outside the classroom and left the class? You can't even do that in the school. Okay. You are not supposed to, if you have a classroom of students, you are not supposed to walk out of that classroom and leave those kids in there unsupervised. You're supposed to go get an assistant or another teacher perhaps that is available. Can you step inside of my doorway, watch the students? Anything could happen if you leave those kids in there by themselves. Okay, so they need to have extra supervision at these events if you're going to have students. Now, if they're not a part of your school or whatever, hey, kids there, that's on their parents. But if they're under your charge and you are assigned to those kids for that event, you better make sure you're watching those kids or have someone that is supposed to watch those kids. Did they arrest and question Karmelo without his parents present? They put it as in he just started talking. His parents were not around. They did not even contact the parents, according to his mom. She had a tracker on his phone, and she saw that the phone was not moving. The tracking system, after they should have been done, was not moving. So she was wondering what was going on. She was going to go to the track meeting with him, but it was supposed to rain that day. And she said that he told her, Mom, that's okay. You can stay home because it's supposed to rain. He was looking out for his mom. And I really hate that, when you think back in hindsight, I wish his mom was there with him, So even as parents, y'all, sometimes I know, especially as we work, we're tired on the weekends, they get involved in these sports, and we kind of want just to kind of let them go free and go. But sometimes, hey, being a helicopter mom, even as they ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. You there, I'm there, daddy there, somebody gonna be because I ain't just gonna let you go by yourself. Okay. I know sometimes they get high school level, seniors and juniors try, but this is a wake-up call. Okay. I get it. They are not, but I still feel that a parent would have a valid argument in court as to they're still underneath a school's, like, that's still a school event. I don't care from kindergarten, pre-K, all the way up to 12th grade. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say because they're older, they don't, of course, we're not going to want to watch grown people. But if you are at a school event and you are supposed to be responsible for those kids, if you are not able to watch all of them, you need an assistant. I'm going to just be honest. That's just, I've seen it, y'all, on field trips and so forth. Yeah, they don't want nobody around because they feel like they grown. But look what can happen when it's not somebody around. Okay? They don't have to be all up in the business, babysitting. The adult could just been sitting there. Okay? But you still got ears and eyes on what's going on. That's all I'm saying. Not to be like, come on, babies, y'all come. No, not that, because they grown or almost grown. But we are in earshot. I never turn my back on my students. I don't trust them, for one. You might be trying to throw up an airplane in my head. But at the same time, I'm sideways, on my ears ways in the business. Baby, whatever they talking about, I can hear a conversation way to the back of the room, and they don't know I'm listening. I can look like I'm doing something at my desk. Excuse me, we need to get back on task. You know, you have to have that around kids nowadays. You have to be vigilant and look to see what they're doing. They're getting into too much. They've gotten crafty with what they're doing. They're meeting up in bathrooms. They have whole text threads, okay? Meeting up. Oh, we about to fight. Baby, they have the other kids ready with cell phones. They're uploading it to fight sites. A lot of parents don't know that these things are taking place. Hey, Ray Ray. Hey, Vanessa. Welcome. A lot of parents don't know these things are taking place. I'm just being honest. Especially the more you get through middle school and high school, the least parents are involved. Okay. I'm going to just be honest, y'all, because they feel like my kids are getting older. No, they need you more than ever in middle and high school because of the things that are taking place. See, in elementary school, we have a little more grasp on them. We can watch them more. Teachers still walk them to class. Teachers still monitor the restrooms. No, in middle school and high school, that's when you really need to be involved. We got so much stuff. Your kids being exposed to homosexuality so early. I mean, all kind of stuff. I used to hear about it from teachers. Like, I wasn't in the classroom in high school, but sometimes I'd be having conversations with some of the teachers, and I'm like, they did what? Like, some of the stuff that they were getting in trouble, we never thought about in school. It's a different world. Like I said, these kids are sneaking off campus, doing this, doing that. It is a different world. They're getting access to drugs, okay? Y'all know what I'm saying? At the schoolhouses. Going outside. You thinking they going outside to hang out for recess or to play. No, they're doing meetups. It's a different world. It's not like it used to be. They need you more than ever in middle and high school. They need you there at these track meets. Okay, cheerleading camps. We don't know what's going on with these kids nowadays. It's a lot, y'all. It really is. So don't pull back, middle and high school parents. I'm speaking from my educational perspective of seeing what's taking place. Yes, we can train up our children too. We can train them up. But y'all, it's stuff they're being exposed to in these schools. I'm just being honest. That parents don't know what's going on. And I'll pull one to the side that looks like they parents don't play. And I'll say, I know your mama didn't teach you that. And she would be highly disappointed right now in what you're doing up here, clowning. Okay, get it together. You could tell the ones the parents ain't taught them that. But you're not going to get a lot of teachers doing that, taking them to the side. You don't get that a lot of times. They don't have time. They got doggone 9 classes, 40 kids in a class, child. They ain't got time to pull too many kids to the side and speak life into them, watch them and do all of that in middle school and high school. They don't. I'm just being honest. Shout out to Monica for the super chat and for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much. Hey, Passion Princess, welcome. Thank you for joining. And so, y'all, something else that I wanted to share too is this. So, Karmelo Anthony, a lot of people did not know that he had saved a child from drowning in a pool. And this was not spoken. See, they could have brought this up, child. They could have brought this up in the trial just to kind of show his humanity and some things that he's done. And I know yesterday, Mr. CKB even brought up a good point where they could have talked about his fears and what makes him scared and just him per se, you know, to not make him look like this whole big, aggressive young man that just came to a track meet to unalive someone, you know, but that wasn't brought up. It really wasn't during the trial. So the parent of the child, she made a statement about, you know, after this whole case. And parent chaperone missed those days. Yeah. You could still chaperone. The bullies just wanted to flex and it ended badly. Right. I'm trying to get behind on the comments, y'all. Hey, Trini Batty, and welcome everyone coming in case I didn't see your name. And thank the mods in the building. Shelly Shells, thank you, sis. You're absolutely right. I wish one of his parents would have been there. Yes. I agree. Let's see. I am that somebody said, you're so right, OB. I'm a retired educator. That's how it goes. My son was bullied and jumped when he was in high school. After finding out if my son was fine, next question was, where's the teacher? Yes, that's always my question, child. Because I want to know where, I want to know, hey, well, where was everybody? Because, child, look, you know what, things can happen. So let me just say, I don't even want to say that just because you have teachers watching, you have enough teachers, that things cannot happen. There have been plenty of times when um, there has been supervision and at recess a child has fallen and hurt his arm. You it's out, that's outside of the scope. So I don't want it to be like, just because you have all this supervision, things can't happen. Yes, things can still happen. You can have enough supervision and some kids doggone get left somebody somewhere. You got to go back and get them, human error, right? Or something's just outside of your control. But to not have the supervision, that's a whole problem. That's a whole problem. We got to fix that. So whether it's some parent chaperones, whether it's some assistant, and parents, ask those questions. It doesn't matter if your child pre-K to 12th grade. Ask those questions. Okay? Who is going to be there on this field trip or at this track meet or at this football practice? Do y'all have enough staff there? If you want to volunteer. If anything, let's see what lessons we can learn also from this whole Carmelo Anthony situation as well. Can I chaperone? Can I volunteer to sit out there for a couple hours? Maybe another parent comes and releases me or something like that. Just want to make sure it's enough coverage. Okay, they would appreciate the help. To be honest, teachers appreciate when parents step up and want to come and be a part. Carmelo was a good kid. They also said he almost, 3.7 GPA. So this mom said, so sorry, I couldn't save you from these people like you saved my son. Forever my hero, Carmelo. I've been quiet too long because I ain't like how all these people was judging him and don't even know him. Wow. Wow. Mm. And she is probably forever grateful because he saved her son. Okay. And it was nothing. Now, it would have been good if they would have even had this lady as a character witness. You see what I'm saying? If they would have had her as a character witness telling how Carmelo saved her son. But y'all, did they really reach out to these people? Was it even a thought to have a character witness there? That's just something to think about. Because if you have enemies in your camp, they got all bases covered, where nothing is countered, jurors are struck, and nobody on the defense side thought, "Ooh, this don't look good. We gotta do something. Got to step in because something's not right with all of this." That should have been suspicious in itself. Not most of your witnesses were not called to the stand, and you just let it go like that. You just let it go. But you got friends on opposite sides that work together as prosecutors, but now this is the first time one is on the other side of the table. Carmelo didn't have a chance, y'all. And we don't even know, y'all, out of the 600 that they started off with, 600 jurors, the judge told them the number. First of all, that's pressure. He wanted from that Monday, starting off from 600, by Wednesday, he said he wanted them to come back with 200, by 200, 250. Okay. Yes, but it's still on school property, and the coaches are still responsible for them. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to emphasize that part. It's still the school's responsibility, the district. If it is after school or before school, okay, the parents are going to go to the district if they have a problem. So regardless, I mean, even Carmelo's coach, I'm not just saying Austin's coach. I'm talking about all of the coaches. Okay, so Carmelo's school, what was his coach? They didn't even have a tent. So guess what? I'm responsible outside of y'all's parents not being here. So guess what? All y'all go to the bus because it's about to rain. How about that? Let's y'all all go to the bus. Karmelo wouldn't have had a chance to be going over to the rivals tent and all of that. So everybody just go sit on the bus. Or y'all all sit here or get them together. What was the plan? That's all I'm saying. We can't have kids just roaming all around. Like that's come on. I'm just saying as a parent, I wouldn't want that. If my child's supposed to be here, he's at a track meet or something of that sort for y'all school. Okay, this is a district owned facility. Now, I don't know the paperwork what it says. If they have released themselves from any accountability of whatever, that would be for the parents to go and look at that. What did the paperwork say? Okay, because they're gonna have to delve into that in the district. By now, if it didn't have any liability, child, by now they'd have probably written in some stuff so they can't get sued. Okay, I don't put nothing past these people. We see how they are moving. Okay, so yeah, that's my opinion on that. Let's see. They didn't want no one there to help Carmelo to get out. Exactly. Right. Let's see. Hey, it is what it is. Welcome. No, I'm not missing the point. He could have found shelter somewhere else. I'm not saying he couldn't have. My whole point was the supervision piece. That goes for all of the schools there. Who was in charge? That's all I'm saying. If you don't have enough people in charge, get some. Get a parent chaperone. It should not have gotten that far. That's all I'm saying. There could have been preventive measures in place to stop some of this. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Let's see. Austin had poor role models because Coach Starr was aggressive as well and had previously had an altercation with the student. Right. But they didn't bring any of that up. And y'all, hey, authentic young lady, welcome. Let's see. He tried in the dugout, correct? Where else could he have gone? Well, the friend said he was in the dugout. One of the witnesses had said that he had started off in the dugout. But when they cross-examined him, see the prosecution, they cross-examined, okay, the defense witnesses. The defense didn't cross-examine those other witnesses that the prosecutors had, which they had so many inconsistent statements. I don't know why. Oh, I do know why. Okay. But they were trying to make it like you didn't have a clear view. You only saw the aftermath. You couldn't see what was happening during that time. Okay. So that dugout thing, it didn't work. And yes, he was allegedly invited over, but his friend turned on him and didn't confirm that during the trial. Okay. He didn't say none of that. And then according to the other video, the twins weren't even under the tent at first when he was sitting there. Welcome, Brittany. Welcome, Michaela. Welcome. Okay, happy Sunday. All right, so this should have been brought up in court during the character witness part. Okay, this should have been brought up in court. This could have possibly softened, their hearts towards who he was. He's trying to save a life. Y'all think he out here trying to take lives? Like, I don't know. They should have really, really kind of emphasized some of this. Okay, so last night, we're going to get into the next video. Last night, Nick at Night, she did a video where she had spoken with Carmelo Anthony's father. And I'm so glad that she did. Oh my gosh. Because with this whole, hey, Candy Girl Pink, good morning, Queen. This whole thing with Charleston White, child, not giving him a good look. Okay, for one. And it's Charleston White. That's a whole other conversation that's going back and forth situation. It's so sad. Okay. It's so sad because my thing is this, and it's just a life lesson, is sometimes y'all getting money and help, who you're getting help from, because not everybody is for you. And if you got to brag about what you've done for me or what you're doing for me or bring it publicly, I don't think I would want the help from you. Okay. Because some people are going to be out here. Oh, Lord, let's see. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Is it showing? I may have to refresh. Um, Okay, I am back. Ooh, child. Okay. Thank y'all so much. I got swallowed. My apologies. Okay. The devil is a liar. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you, T Mills. Oh my gosh, child. This is crazy work. My apologies. What y'all say? Y'all talking about me? I done lost some folks. They probably like, am. Oh my gosh. Yes, or you can send info. Yes, please. Okay, it is what it is. Thank you, Shelly. That could have been a part of the plan to damage Andrew's character if he was threatened. Oh, yes, that's true too. Authentic young lady. Yup. She said I got cussed out last night because the CC was agreeing with what Charleston White did, and I respectfully disagree. It was hilarious to me. What that I got under? What you got cussed out? Oh my god! See, these are my real peeps in here. Thank y'all. See, y'all know open book coming back. Thank y'all for staying. I got swallowed. Okay. Child, the devil tried it. But we are back. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get some of the people back in here. They said bootleg. I'm getting out of here. I thank my sis Shelly for being in here. Patrice, thank you for hanging, sis. She said every day is a twist. Yes, I agree. All right, let's get into it.
What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Neek at Night. If you have not, shout out to this queen. Y'all, she got into the courtroom. Let me say this right quick. Am I behind on the comments? I must say, shout out to Neek at Night. She got into the courtroom every day, y'all. Okay. She gave her, she did long lives afterwards. That's tiring because, for one, you fought traffic, the drama there. Then you're coming, reporting to your people, traveling, doing all of that. So, shout out to her and for her getting to a chance to speak with Karmelo's father through the Black Panther Party. Okay, so shout out to this queen for the hard work she did, and also all of the other CCs, Queen Sheba, Gerald Jackson, and there's some others that I don't really know like that were on boots on the ground. So shout out to all of the CCs and bloggers that were there on site, that were covering this story. Y'all rocked and did your thing. Good morning, angels. Welcome. Yes, she gives good information. Hi, Nick. Welcome. She says, sis, read my comment. Oh, yes, but Shelly, I don't want to put back because these people, we got all kind of people out here. That's the only thing. It is what it is. But child, let me think of how we can do that. Cause child, I don't trust some of these people how they moving. In the whole Karmelo Anthony case, these folks are crooked and doing all kind of foolishness. They trying to dox people and do all of that, child. So let me think on it. Thank you. It is what it is.
Now, this isn't going to be a long, lengthy live. I just want to give you guys an update. I was put in contact with Karmelo Anthony's father, and I spoke to him 2 times today. I asked if there was anything that he would like to share or be able to say. There's a lot of things that right now, without an attorney, he cannot go into. But what he was able to share with me and allowed me to share with everyone else, he was able to visit Karmelo Anthony today. He is at a place called the Wallace Pack Unit. He went to visit him. The visit lasted for about 2 hours. He said that Karmelo Anthony was in good spirits. And I asked him, I wanted to know if Karmelo Anthony saw everybody who was wearing purple and how he felt about it. And he said that he loved seeing everyone wearing purple. I also asked him, I said, well, I know you can't go into a lot of details, but there is a big thing about whether or not you guys had Mike Howard as a public defender or whether or not he was retained. He said that Mike Howard was retained. Toby Shook, the co-counsel, was also retained, meaning that they were not pro bono and that they did not come on like free of charge.
Okay, and welcome, Cherry. Thank you for tapping in. Good morning. And thank you. It is what it is. So, a couple of things, because we were talking about this yesterday. We were talking about the JPay with Latte. Now, the good news is he is still at the PAC unit. That's the one that we looked at on yesterday. Okay, on that Facebook page from the PAC unit, it looks more of like the older inmates have disabilities, like more of a medical unit. They look like they're kind of close knit, smaller prison. They have church there and things of that sort. So, and they have church, I think, at a lot of the prisons, anyways, for those that want to come. And so he is still at that facility. It is 70 miles outside of Houston, Texas. It's Navasota, near Navasota. So that was good news, okay, that he's still at that facility. And so his father got a chance to travel there. So from the Dallas area is probably, I would say maybe, if you think from Dallas to Houston, if you child kind of going a little faster, may take you about 3 hours and 45 minutes. So he probably could get there in about 3 hours, 3 hours, 15 minutes away from the Dallas area. So that's good. Also, they are clearing up the lawyer situation because some people were saying that the lawyers were public defenders. Well, she's saying, according to the father, they retained them. They were not public defenders.
He also said that Toby Shook, the same person that they retained, is the same lawyer that is representing Yellow Beezy. And then he was basically like, he's representing Yellow Beezy. Like, he didn't come on board for us for free type of thing. Anything else going forward?
Now, we just talked about that. Although he's representing him, this was his first time being on the defense side of the table with Karmelo's case. And I don't think, because the family was new to the area, I don't think that they were familiar with these people. These people know each other, like they roam in some of the same circles. So Toby Shook is also friends with the prosecutor, Worski. Worski is also in the lawsuit with the DA, Greg Willis. Okay, his name is in there as well, y'all. Just to clarify, it wasn't just the DA. Worski too, the prosecutor, the very one pointing all at Karmelo, calling him pretty much a cold-blooded murderer. His name is in the lawsuit. They settled though. You see what I'm saying? See, when people settle, they didn't have to go through a trial. You just paid $1.75 million out. So although he is representing someone of that status, it would have been nice if someone from the area would have shared more about these lawyers. Okay. They are y'all, this goes deep. So the family probably did not know that though. They're just thinking they're going with sound guidance, doctrine and things of that sort, like choose this one. Okay. They're going to do a great job. Not knowing that he probably wasn't even on their side. And the Mike Howard, someone did a post, I think her name is Public Opinion Court, something, I forget the name of it, on IG. She was showing how Mike Howard was throwing some racist type of shade at another lady who just won a seat, some position in Dallas County. And she's a black lady. And he was trying to throw some shade at her recently. Okay. See, all these skeletons in how y'all really feel about black people gonna start coming out. It's gonna start coming out now, because now of how this whole trial, y'all wanted the attention. Okay, the judge is saying this should be the standard. No, it should not be. It should be the standard of what not to do. That's the standard it should be. Not on because y'all did such a great job. Now y'all stuff all front and center now that y'all were trying to keep from the world. See, now it's not, y'all can control Collin County. Y'all can kind of control that Dallas area, that part, Frisco. But see, now the attention, you're front and center. The spotlight shine a light on Collin County and y'all public officials, your judges, how y'all are operating over there. Now it's for the world to see. Now it's other states. We have people in other states seeing how y'all operate. Okay, so it's not just you can intimidate just the people there in the town and all of that. No, you got the spotlight on you now, and people are really seeing how y'all move over there in Collin County. Who knows if they screwed up those prisoners too, just like they did Karmelo? That whole system needs to be shut down, especially if it has something to do with Metcalf. Right, like they need to look into other cases, okay, that they've been over. Other inmates, what have they done? See, we are noticing this with Karmelo because people are following this story, this case, right? Well, what about other inmates? Did they do the same thing? Did they have fair trials? Did they have juries like this that were not in the spotlight? They need to look into all of it. Okay. Hey, Brandy, good morning, sis. Hi, Latrice. They need to look into all of it. The family was not from this area, right, Janet? They didn't know a lot of people. Okay. They didn't know a lot of people in the area. Oh, yes, I did see that. And that is just, oh my gosh, that's a shock right there. I couldn't believe he was doing that.
If there's any more updates that I can get from him, I will share those with you guys. But I wanted to clear those things up and be able to let you guys know. Yes, it was the father. I was put in contact with him through the Black Panther Party. They facilitated the call. I talked to him. He was going to come on and say, hello to you guys, but he was like very tired. So I said, listen, I don't want to.
Okay, now I'm glad because Dr. Candace Matthews, she is one of the leads there of the new Black Panther Party. And remember when she came and did her press conference, she did talk about that a lot of this stuff wouldn't have happened on their watch. So she said that they're going to compile a list of lawyers. They're not going to force who the family should go with. They're just going to give them the resources. So it appears as though she's not lying, that they are working with the family to help the family and to help Karmelo. So I was glad when she said that they coordinated this with the Black Panther Party. And I had put that under there, her video. Hey, Jazzy C. And somebody going to say, well, what are they going to do? Way more than what Toby should. Did you know the enemy was in the camp and Mike Howard did? The lack thereof. So don't come at me with that. Baby, anybody, I could have gotten inside of the courtroom and done a better job than that. And we're not even lawyers. A lot of us in this chat, okay? We're not even lawyers and could have done a better job than that. Come on now. So don't question me about that part. Okay, it could be the Black Panther Party, the kindergarten party. Anybody could have done a better job than those two lawyers that just got paid a whole lot of money. It was all about the money. Because it definitely wasn't to help Karmelo.
Push you to do anything extra. I understand you guys have had a rough week. And we talked a little bit more about other things. I'm not going to reveal everything to our conversation, but my heart goes out to them. I can't imagine, just like I told him, I can't imagine anything that, like, being in their position.
Where did you see that, T?
Like, everything that they're going through. Somebody said, how can we donate? He's said that he was figuring all of that stuff out as well. So he'll be updating as far as that goes as well. But
yeah, and see now that that was put out about that was put out about the father, and we don't know how much of that is true or not. Then it just now probably makes them look a certain type of way or feel a certain type of way. Like they don't even want to ask people for money. It just puts a whole little black cloud over it. I don't know. That's going to be hard. Now, I was thinking that maybe they could get like some type of account at a bank. Someone had brought that point up one day. And like a fund. So if people would like to donate to that fund, and then that could be a way for them to get money, because these pages like the Give, Go, Send, or whatever it's called, Give, Send, Go, they keep shutting it down. You know, people probably are reporting it and things like that. Like, it's so crazy. Oh, Queen 88 said that. So in between, what day was that? Thursday, and now she changed her mind. I'm just trying to understand, y'all, what's going on. Okay, and Karmelo has a PO box too. Public is public where it could go if you're trying to send him something. He has a PO box too. Um, really? I hope that's not true. Yeah, they were trying to get money. I thought she was talking about the Black Panthers that helped her while she was at the courthouse. I didn't know she was talking about Miss Matthews. Well, Miss Matthews is a part of the Black Panther Party, and the Black Panthers that were standing out there, if y'all noticed, those were the same men that were standing out there helping Nick and Knight. Remember those guys that were standing in the background? Mm-hmm. So that's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look more into that myself because I'm trying to figure out what happened between. And did y'all notice this though? I did peep this. Remember when they were originally supposed to come? Okay. On the flyer, it said Cornell X and Dr. Candace Matthews were coming that Thursday. Did we see Cornell X? Nope. Now, one Facebook post I saw, they said that allegedly he was getting threats to not be a part of this whole Carmelo Anthony thing. I don't know if that's true or not. And he just, did not come, but he didn't come. He didn't come. Okay, so I'm gonna have to watch that, and I need to see if Dr. Candace Matthews has she posted anything. I mean, it's weird that she is a part. If she's saying that Black Panther Party is coordinating phone calls, well, Dr. Candace Matthews is a part of the new Black Panther Party. So is it two separate Black Panther parties? I thought it was the ones who. That's confusing. I got to find out about that, y'all. I don't know anything about that part. I would have to check that out. Charleston quit by sundown once Jeff Metcalf said his name. He don't want any smoke from those proud people. Right, he called him out, child, had him apologizing, saying he would rather be on that side. Child, go on that side. Okay, please. If you're not going to be fully committed, just go on over there with the enemy, child. Okay, just go on over there. Because see, that's one thing, y'all, I cannot stand is wishy-washy people like that. Okay, 1 minute you want to be on board, the next minute you don't want to be on board. 1 minute. See, some of this is given for clout or for clicks, for views, and for money. If you're not genuinely trying to be for this young man, lifting him up in prayer, or hoping he gets a fair trial and things like that, like, don't even come out here doing that. Some people just come out for a little spotlight on them for a minute and then they gone. Like, I don't like that. If you're going to be about it, be about it. Okay? Walk the walk and be in the fight. But don't come out here just trying to be seen, get your name, this person saying they're going to do this person, until you write that check or donate those funds, then don't say nothing. And then if you got to come out here, brag about it or talk about it like the family begging and don't even do it because you're not doing it from your heart. Okay, if you're going to say, well, we're going to help the family, but then you saying we not, what is that? That's extra stress and it's a distraction, in my opinion. Okay, just don't say nothing at all. If you're not fully committed, that's crazy. Yeah, that's what I got to see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that, y'all. Yes, because Nick was in tears so bad. If it was me, they would have gotten cussed out so bad. She said they would have stayed the hell away from me. Nick's problem, she let them get. Yeah, I was like, don't let them see you sweat, child. Right, Jazzy C, full of it. Man, that dude, I don't even really know him like that. But when I tell you from the looks of him, I don't even understand half the stuff he's saying anyways. Okay, you got to pay attention to who on your team, child. Because, baby, I don't even understand what he was saying. They wrote together, I'm pulling my support from Candace. Ratchet TV says, She's monetized community destructors. Ooh, child. Oh Lord. You think he was forced to do that? The Black Panthers were with way before Candace showed up. Yes. Yes, they were. They were already there. It was other Black Panthers too. But what I'm saying is some of those men were on her team also. You see what I'm saying? Like they came before her. She had a whole case she was dealing with. She said she felt that was a distraction, so she had to get here a little later. Yeah, but that's why I'm confused. That's why I gotta go over there later and look. Okay, thank you, sis. I am being to feel white as a plant. Okay. Sammy World, yes, that's what a lot of people are saying too. To get some information. And see, okay, I'm glad you said that. If I don't know which person was behind suggesting these lawyers. Whoever suggested these lawyers, they better pay attention to. Okay. I don't think they had the Anthony's best interest at hand, in my opinion. Whoever suggested these lawyers, knowing these lawyers' background and things of what that whole tie is behind the scenes and the connections and things, I don't think they had the Anthony's best interest at hand. That's my opinion. Okay. He said he was giving, just like he said, I'll bet $50,000 that the jury not going to give a murder conviction. Child, where the $50,000 at that you was betting? Then he was just throwing out numbers. 10,000. I'm gonna do 10,000. I'm gonna do 50,000. I'm gonna do 75,000. You just throwing out numbers. Throw out a check or a wire. Okay, wire the funds and shut up. We don't care how much you're sending. Just send the money. People that do all that talking, you ain't about nothing anyways. And then coming back and forth, this, that, I don't care. Okay, we don't care about that. It's a distraction. It really is. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Southside. Whoever referred, I didn't know. Because remember, they had Dominique Alexander, okay, that was providing security, him and his company, his team, in the beginning. When Karmelo first got out of jail, I don't know if y'all remember, he had that suit on. He had these black guys around him. All this time, I was thinking he was still, in the picture. He was even there standing next to the lawyer. I was thinking he was the one that suggested the lawyer, okay? Because there was a portion of that interview, and I shared it on my video, where the reporter asked the attorney, how did you get chosen or something to that effect? I may pull that up. And I remember Dominique quickly whispering in his ear, like, hey, you don't have to tell him that. So I thought he suggested the lawyer. Okay. I don't know. But I know throughout this whole year, I have not seen Dominique Alexander come out and talk or do nothing. Nobody. And I don't know if it had anything to do with the gag order or what. But y'all, that is crazy work. Nobody's out here talking about it. Nobody. He messy. That's what to do with rappers. Yeah, to be relevant. Right. They said it was black folks who suggested the white lawyers, but there were black lawyers who told Karmelo's family they would take their case for free, but instead they went with the white lawyer. Oh, wow, Candy Girl Pink. Wow. Yeah, where are the 50 cents, the TIs, the iced tea? Okay. Where are they? They're not even talking up, child, about this. Baby, 50 Cent still on Diddy. Yeah, a double-minded agent. Agent. Right. Hey, hello, Barbara. This is Shirley. Good morning. And he promised the family $30,000. Yeah, he just throwing out numbers like it's bingo.
That's all I can share right now. Charleston White, you guys are talking about, is ridiculous. That whole thing with Charleston, like trying to get people to go against him, I believe that that's ridiculous. Those are my words. I believe that that's ridiculous. The receipts that Charleston White is posting up, it doesn't even come from the father. It's like just random text messages disparaging the family. We don't even know who the text messages that Charleston White is posting who they came from. They're not from the family. They're not from the father. And it's saddening. It's like, it's very sad to see like other Black people join in on the bashing of a family without like the facts.
Oh, she is so right. Oh my gosh, y'all. And I ain't even calling their names out of my channel. But y'all, the content creators, is a couple. I was just yesterday, evening, I was just kind of going through the streets, YouTube streets, and just kind of in IG, just kind of peeping, a few of the lives and videos. And it is some of the nasty things that were being said about this family by Black people, Black content creators. Okay. But see, y'all, this is the thing I'm noticing, a trend, especially with one in particular. Some of these people, y'all, it's not their genuine feelings. What it is they take a different stance so that they can go against other content creators, and a different stance so that they can get that other side to gravitate to their channel. It's all about likes, clicks, views, and money. Okay. So they will, like anything. It could be, oh, the sky is blue. Oh, okay. We got a group of people over there. Everybody over there. The sky is blue. Okay. Y'all, I don't care what these other content creators are out here saying. That sky is green. And they take that stance. Okay. Because they want a certain group that don't agree with the masses to come here. But do you have to get so nasty about it and you don't have any facts? Let me tell you, this day and age, okay, people can create text message threads. We have people creating AI generated things. We're going to get into the new Ashley Janae. Joe McKeon did a whole exclusive interview with TMZ. He's making Ashley look like a whole basket case that was trying to unalive herself, putting all these, you could tell they're AI pictures. We can't even tell it's Ashley. But you're trying to convince us with text messages that you probably done generated. People can do that so easily nowadays. Okay. It's easy to come up with fake text threads. It's easier than back in the day. So unless we don't hear it from the people themselves, be careful about taking things on as fact. Because some of these people just taking it on and just running with it, taking it on, running with it. And before you know it, it's out there. Now, this will put a bad light on the father, on their family. So then when they try to get money again, because you already know they're trying to shut down access to funds to them. Because they already got people thinking they done stole the other money and bought a house, bought a car. So now they got to clear up them lies. Then here we go. They need money for the appeal, those lawyers. But now people have been putting out the family using the money for this, the daddy trying to pay bills. So then what does that do? That kind of hinders them from getting more money, because people are like, well, what they doing with the money? Okay. It puts a bad light and it's a distraction. It's sickening, the stuff that I heard yesterday. But I don't get in it. I don't go in their chats. I don't bring it up. That's their thoughts. That's their opinion. But I peep the play. I'm starting to peep the play with some of these people. They don't really feel like that. They're just trying to get a certain audience over there. Talking against Karmelo and Anthony so bad. Don't put names in here, y'all. Can y'all please don't put any content creators' names, because I'm not directing this towards any. Well, I know who I'm talking about. The ones I saw. Some of these I didn't even see. So I just don't want that kind of drama, because I ain't trying to call no names. I'm just saying some of the things I'm noticing with some trends. I don't listen to Cardi B music, but I respect her. She does speak out. I really think she'll help financially. She's helped people in the past. I hope so. A reporter is going to ask Trump about this case. He'll say he hasn't heard of it. But I bet he'll weigh in a racist way. Then Jeff Metcalf and Charleston White will be at the White House. You know what? I am that somebody. I was thinking the same thing, child. Baby, they're going to be at the White House. He probably sent them some free hotel tickets, a hotel package, a whole car to come pick them up, child. Y'all are doing a phenomenal. He just come up with them big words just to throw some words out. It's big. They're doing it big in Texas. They're doing it in Collin County. They're doing it big. Go boys. and don't even know what the case about. They said the black lawyers wanted over $1 million. What? I haven't heard over $1 million. Now I have heard 500,000 for one lawyer. But then it was other lawyers that I don't think their rate was, so high. So I don't know, y'all. It's just been numbers thrown out there. I don't know. Case needs to be moved to another county. Definitely. Yeah. Open book. I was about to say one. Yeah. Don't say none in the chat, y'all. Okay. I want on your channel. I believe this guy was trying to get views and subscribers. Okay, it happens. It was disgusting. Yeah, it was. I noticed some of it yesterday. Just because the father is not acting a certain way, they think he doesn't stand behind his son. Right. And not everyone is this, like even with Karmelo, okay, how they say he's not just this fighter. Some men and men don't want their manhood challenged. They don't, y'all. So it's like some men are not just a cussing everybody out type or things like that. Now, when you push them or things like that, hey, they know how to fight and defend their families and stuff like that. But not everyone's personalities are the same. Some men are more reserved and he seems to be that type of man, more reserved, laid back, and so forth. Everybody ain't trying to be out here gang banging, talking about cussing you out. No, everybody. And like one person brought up a good point yesterday. What is that going to do if the daddy in jail along with Karmelo? How can he help him fight? If he go out here and do some foolishness and he get in trouble and go to jail. Okay. Hey, Tracy, she said, I was watching a content creator talk so bad about Melo, saying he was a bad kid on social media, brandishing guns. Once I heard that, I changed the channel. Yeah, where did that come from? Where's the proof? Okay, like that is crazy work. Usually people who talk about money all the time don't have money. Clock it. Okay. Last night at the end of the live, did you see the text Charleston had sent? It was girl, I went to sleep after a while.
Did not get money and then not pay an attorney. So those are the things that I wanted to say. I will catch you guys up at a later date. If I can if I get any more information like tomorrow or anything like that, I'll let you guys know. And yeah, so that's all for now. I just want to let y'all know that. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you have your notification bells on, and represent with that purple, because Karmelo saw it during the trial and really loved it. So definitely represent with the purple, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Send the family prayers because they're going through a lot. They got different people trying to cause messes, disparaging their names, all kind of ridiculous stuff that is crazy. So they definitely need you guys' prayers. And I'll talk to y'all later.
So shout out to Nick at Night, y'all. Make sure y'all check her out. She provided a lot of the content from being boots on the ground there in there in Collin County at the courthouse. She was able to get in there every day. Okay. And yes, Brittany, there is an update with Ashley Janae. We're going to go into that later on today as well. Okay. Yeah, he probably saw, but even with that, was it verified? If I just feel like some of these people are saying certain celebrities are donating. Maybe the family one day will confirm it, because anybody can say, "Oh, I done sent the family 10,000." Wow, that person sent, praise the Lord. Okay, so I don't know. I really don't know. So it could have been that. I don't know. He got hateful, and guess what? He is selling Karmelo shirts. Trying to make money off of him, because one minute he's saying he is dropping out of the Karmelo Anthony case, but then you're trying to sell shirts and still promote flyers like you're in support of him. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's confusing. I'm not understanding. Let's see here. it's okay to grieve, but don't attack Black people. And in this case, the father went on a rant and it got worse. He made things worse. Who, Candy Girl Pink? The Metcalf father. It was confirmed. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, shout out to everyone. Hey, that's everybody's business. Like whoever gives, they give. If you don't, you don't. I mean, nobody's forcing anyone. It's the point that I'm making. Like nobody's forcing anyone to give. I just feel like if you're going to give, just give. Like it shouldn't be a big deal for this family. They're already trying to go through the whole appeal. They have what, 30? Is it a 30 day to get all the paperwork and stuff in? They still have the other lawyer as of yesterday, the court appointed lawyer on the docket. Okay, so who are the lawyers? Okay, that needs to be first order of business. Who gonna be the new lawyers for this appeal? Let's get them on paper. Okay. Okay, we don't want to, and hi Rosalind, we don't want to just say be out here saying we're gonna get this lawyer, stuff like that. They're trying to get the money for that, so it's like other stuff. We don't like I ain't saying we, because I ain't even a part of the family, but it's like, can we minimize the distractions and attacks? They got that coming from the other family, okay, and they whole crew and supporters. Okay, so it's a lot that's taking place right now. And so adding all this other stuff, it's just so much extra. Oh my gosh. Philly Girl said he going to send the Metcalf fam, Charleston White, some white tea only pies. Wait, what? Who said? Wait a minute. Who said they gonna send some of them pies, child, from life? Oh my goodness. For all our Black men and women who has been unalived or wrongfully accused, what the Saltines are afraid of is we as Blacks, when we stand together, we stand for something. Yes, exactly. Okay, exactly. Oh, it does. Okay, Rosalind said she Googled it. Boosie gave 500,000. Wow. Okay, well, shout out to him. Yeah, that is so sickening. Oh my gosh. You can have two phones and save a number as a contact under any name you choose, then basically text back and forth. Yeah, thank you. You could easily do that. And people think they ate, okay, child, with some fake text messages. It's sick. And hey, make your money. I mean, hey, I'm the last person to tell people not to make their money, or, because I know even content creators are gonna make their money. I'm a content creator, right? So if you monetize, you monetize. What I'm saying is, are we, and only God knows people's hearts. Are you genuinely doing something in support of a cause, or are you just going against the grain just to get a certain group of people? That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's not even your real stance. You see, like, how 1 minute you over here, then the next minute you over here, the next minute, like, that's so confusing. You're a double-minded man, okay? You're unstable in all of your ways. Come on now. It's all distractions. It really is. They are trying to paint Karmelo as a bad person when he's not. He's a good kid. He had a lot going. Yeah, he did. He really did. And so that was some good news this morning, y'all. For those of you who came in at the beginning of Neek's video, she said that Karmelo's father went to visit him. He's still at the PAC unit there in Navasota, Texas, 70 miles outside of Houston, Texas. And to me, it looks like a smaller, close-knit prison where like a medical unit, some of the elderly and disabled are there. And so when he went to visit him for 2 hours, he noticed that Karmelo was in good spirits. And then also Karmelo was aware of everyone wearing the purple and supporting him, and said that he really liked that. And Neek says she talked to him about other stuff, but she didn't share that. And you know what? That's wisdom. I'm so glad, because that's what it goes back to, is sometimes that's what I'm talking about. When you are sharing things with people and they use discretion also in what to share publicly, that's wisdom. Those are good people to talk to. Some people will come out and blast everything you done told them behind the scenes. Okay. So Tyree said, oh Lord, she said Boosie didn't give nothing. Oh, see what I'm saying, y'all? It's like a going back and forth. Child, only the family can confirm some of this. Okay, because child, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, right. They were already good. They were already good. See, people didn't understand that. People didn't understand this family already had money, okay, before this trial. Now it takes extra money, okay, when you are needing lawyers for a whole murder case. It's going to be a lot. And really, to be honest, I don't know how all of that money went to the lawyers because what did y'all do? Y'all didn't do nothing hardly showing on that docket. See, they tried to switch it up, y'all. At first, when I went in there on one day, let me see if I can show y'all. When I went in there on one day, y'all, it was, when I tell you hardly nothing was done between a year, okay, from April of last year to let's see, I think after the last update was like April of this year from September. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Now, of course, with the docket, you can't really you can't click on the links. It won't let you click on the link. But I just kind of was going through to see what had been updated one day. So I'm glad that I did some screenshots because they tried to go in and backdate some stuff that they did. Okay. Now, this is the bare minimum. Let me move. Oh, hold on. Let me move the comment. And I showed these on yesterday too. Okay. So this is the bare minimum of some things that they did. Okay. We see that the district, they issued subpoenas. Okay. And the district was unserved. They did that actually 5 times. Let me show y'all the second screenshot. I had to do it in 3 screenshots. And I'm glad that I did it like that because then when they went back to update it and they backdated the dates to make it look like they had done something, that showed me how they moved. I did it because I was seeing how they moved. So it confirmed how they moved, I should say. Okay. They are trying to cover their steps. They know that they did not do anything, Harley, in this trial. Okay. Now, notice here. Okay. It jumps. They did a few things last year towards September, and then it jumped to April of this year. Okay, when there was an order about reporting and the proceedings and media and things like that. Then each day when they had the trial, they just updated like as the trial went on. Oh, the defense, they did they called their witnesses. Okay, they're done. They're closing. All right, rest in their case. Okay, here comes. It just goes so fast. But they barely did any work. So how are y'all getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars? Y'all didn't even get your witnesses in there, defense. Okay, your expert witnesses, nothing. And then they also submitted, let me pull this third one up. They also, y'all, submitted to have everything sealed because they don't want the truth out. They're trying to seal public records. Okay, because they know that they did not have a fair trial. That's why the judge came on saying fair 50,000 times, trying to brainwash everybody. Okay, trying to brainwash everybody and say it was fair. We feel like it was fair trial. Yeah, it was fair. Who are you trying to convince? Okay, who are you trying to convince? Now, this was before I did this screenshot before it showed the order to seal, but I have it on the other document. But this is where it showed that he had 2 appeals attorneys, court-appointed attorneys. Now that Donnie Perales, child, I don't know if he pulled back after seeing all the press and attention on this on this case, child. They had he had him at first, Donnie Perales, okay, on June 10th. Then that updated, okay. Now he has Laura Bracamonte Davila. I share her picture on my community wall. Hey, Rosie. And child, yes, Tiffany, because I have another update with Ashley Janae and Joe McCann. And so now he has this, hey, mama, this other lawyer, and notice that they keep on changing. They're amending the appeal schedule. They're probably trying to push that appeal on out. I don't know how far they can amend it. I don't know what they're trying to do. It doesn't give the details of what day they're doing it and all of that. But child, I said, look, so now y'all see how it wasn't that much. Okay, it wasn't that much showing. Okay, wasn't that much showing. So then let me see if I can pull up what it looks like now. Give me 1 second. Because it showed that there was an order to seal. I don't know if it's been granted yet. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It is for free. Hold on. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the description field of this video. Or the mods can drop it. Shelly, if she's still in here. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me find where I went to find that info. I had the link already in here. Yeah, because I was like, is this all they did in that time from 1 year to the next? This was all they did. Let me pull up the first one for those of you who want to look at that first one. Is this the first one? This might be the first one. Yeah, that's the first one that's on the screen. Oh, Shelly's still in here. Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh my God, where is it? Give me 1 second. I'll find it later. I know yesterday, because I don't like a lot of dead air time. Yesterday, I actually had it on that live, and we went through it towards the end of yesterday's. Watch, I'm gonna find it when I get off from here. Oh my goodness, because I had easy access to it. Let me see if okay, I'll find it. I don't want to hold y'all on here. Let's see what y'all saying. The more I stay on here, the more upset I get. They're trying to really ruin a young black man. Okay. They say they are given, but until the money hits the account, right? Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Breaks it down on Nick at Night where all these different witnesses, security, and other things were paid for. Okay. Got you. Right. You know why the lawyer didn't call? Yeah, we know why the lawyer didn't call the people. Because Shook, he works with prosecutors usually. Okay, this is his first case where he was on the other side of the table. They all hang out. They're all friends, know each other. He was a snake in the mist, and the family and Karmelo did not know. That's why they were able to get away with it so easily, y'all. Okay. They didn't push back on anything. They didn't cross-examine. They didn't, go against the judge on anything. Like, it was easy for them. Sammy World said, I would not be surprised to find out C. White is the one that told him to get the YT lawyer. The first lawyer declined, but referred the lawyer they retained. They were, yes, I agree. I definitely agree. The Anthonys were up against the machine. Come on now. Okay, the well-oiled machine, as the judge called it, he never had a chance. Okay, he never had a chance, y'all. These people were working together. They were all working together. It is so sad. So sad. Hold on, let me hold on. Even the judge is crooked and got scared when he saw Candace Matthews' press conference and quickly did an interview. He knew he was going to get exposed. That's why people, yeah, that's why he did that, because a judge doesn't usually come back and do a whole interview, y'all. They really do. Okay, they really don't. I think it was him. He even convinced the family that having an all white jury was going to be good for them. Right. Now, why? Why was that? Why did you think that was going to be a good idea? I don't understand that. Okay. The prosecutor and Mike Howard worked together for years. They never went against each other. This was the first time. No, and also Worski. Worski was one of the prosecutors. Him and Shook, which was one of the defense attorneys, they had a whole law firm in Dallas. They were already prosecutors together for different cases. Thank you, Brittany. Have a good day, sis. Okay, this was the first time Shook was on the other side, which would have been suspicious to me. Okay. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they deemed him guilty before they even went. Yeah, and the judge is out of there, y'all. This is last year. Sweet as they come. His last year, last case, I should say. He's out of there, I think, in 6 months, child. He did what he needed to do and got out. Okay, he trying to hurry up. That's probably, they want to probably push the appeal past that 6 month. Let him get out and go to where he trying to go. Somebody said Florida. Okay, hey, get up out of Dodge so they can see all the errors that he made in this case and trial. Hey, Karen, like seriously, it's crazy work. But I'm happy, y'all. That gave me some type of like peace to know that Karmelo is in good spirits. And that his father got a chance to see him and he had spent, those hours with him. And y'all, I hope that he also sees that he has a whole army behind him that's supporting him, that want to see him, get a fair trial and all of that, because I think that also means a lot when you feel like you have that behind, people behind you. Wait a second, let me find out they took that down, because it was on here, y'all. I think they be listening to these lives. I promise you, that docket, I can't even pull it up now. It was on here all last week, even through yesterday. And now it does not have it. Oh my gosh. I've been talking to y'all, but I've been looking too. Oh my goodness. It's no longer there. I'm so glad I captured that yesterday. The up-to-date version. Not knowing. See how they play? I'm telling y'all. Oh my goodness. And y'all can verify for yourselves. If you go onto the Collin County website and you look for that docket and tell me if I'm right or wrong, I don't see it anymore. Because it used to give me the option of going in. I could type in his name and it pulls up. But now it doesn't have that option. And I even showed it yesterday. Let me see. Let me try. Well, is this the same thing? Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's so weird. Wow. All I can say is wow. Well, I got my video. If I have to go back, I'm going to snip just what I was going through yesterday. Okay. And so y'all can see what it said yesterday. Oh my gosh. I think that they are listening and knowing people own to them because y'all, it did not show a lot of detail. This would have showed before they went in and tried to make edits after because I had a live with the members. And because I was upset that day when I went in there. I say they didn't do nothing pertaining to this trial. Like I was so upset because I said, where's all the stuff like that they were updating? And I said, it looks like the school district have been served like 5 times, but it's showing unserved. I mean, issued a subpoena 5 times and it was showing unserved, even the Frisco Police Department. And so we talked about it one day. Then I kept seeing updates. Then after this update, it also showed that there was an order for the records to be sealed. I showed that yesterday. Those of you who was on that live, it had that. Now, if you go to their website, that information is not on here. This list of information, they are trying to cover up some stuff. I'm going to say that. Okay, Buttercup said CW is the one who told them to get a clear lawyer and he apologized. Oh, he was the one? Set up. Okay, they said the judge was asleep. See, that's why he didn't want cameras in the courtroom talking about, because people be talking about how the judge is acting. No, your butt was asleep, and some of the jury was asleep too, we heard. Okay, y'all didn't want the cameras in there for that reason, to catch stuff like that. Yeah, he don't need to. Baby, Florida is worse. Yeah, they listening, obviously, because the child is not on there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Really? I didn't even know CW, but to me, it seems like he needs the money himself. Girl. Uh-huh. He wanted this to go out with a bang. Wow, y'all. I cannot see that. Oh, you know what? And I figured that. Hello, Barbara. I figured that. I said they are not going to want that to be, because right now they're not going to release any public records anyways. And they definitely did not want to have the autopsy and the autopsy and the toxicology reports released on behalf of Austin, because it's alleged that he had some stuff in his system. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. And I don't know if the one going around that was supposedly leaked toxicology report, because y'all know people can come up with stuff. Okay, I can't verify if that was real or not, but on that one, it didn't look good. Okay. So I already knew. Thank you, Mama Magazine. Make sure y'all hit that like or double tap the screen. I don't know, y'all, because I kind of figured they didn't want that to get out for sure. For sure, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if they know your sense to detail and watch you. Right. I'm telling you, girl, I was calling it out. Oh my gosh, y'all. They done took that down. Y'all can verify and let me know if I'm wrong, but I can't go in there and see the docket anymore. They done sealed the docket, Lord, because they knew that they went back and backdated stuff. That stuff wasn't in there. It was nothing but the Lord told me to capture y'all lack of doing anything in these screenshots the other day. Okay, because y'all moving dirty. And look what happened. Y'all took it down. First, y'all updated some stuff, and now y'all done took it down. Yeah, in the good old boy towns. Oh my God. Hey, Miss Lady T. Yeah, when they shut the public out, that was the first sign of the unjust BS. Right. I'm telling you, girl, I saw how they were moving. That's why I did the screenshots that day. I said, just in case they take it down, and lo and behold, look what happened. It's not there no more. Wow. Yeah, they didn't even show the actual weapon. I have never seen a trial where somebody was unalive, and you never bring in the real weapon. I never seen it in my life. Never. I don't know how the defense team allowed that. I've never seen it. Like, that would be the main central part of this whole thing, especially, y'all, when they have a whole medical examiner coming in there talking about it. How do you not bring in the actual weapon? Where's his backpack? Where are his clothes that they took off of him? And speaking of clothes, this is what I'm not understanding too. Okay, when we were looking through that arrest report, okay, they took off his clothes at the jail. This is before his parents and stuff got there when they took him down. See, it's giving. Y'all were trying to do this to this young man, like seriously, embarrass him. They had taken off his clothes. They said they put his clothes into a bag, and that officer went and put the bag of clothes into his trunk until a scene investigator came and took him out of the trunk. Why they got to go in your trunk? That sounds suspect to me. No, they're supposed to go into evidence. Okay. So then, y'all, another thing that hit me is with this new mugshot where they shaved his head. And somebody said it yesterday. I'm going to keep checking the Queen's Den. Welcome. Somebody brought up a good point the other day. I forgot who it was. They said that they almost made him look like a slave. So I was thinking to myself, I was like, hold up. Because when I first saw that, I was like, something is off with this. Okay. Something is off. Hold on. Okay. Let me pull this up. Now, y'all have probably seen the new mugshot where his head is just completely shaved. And he has on, it's almost like, they said it's like they wanted him to look like a slave, like bare minimal shirt where his chest is kind of showing, whole tank top, look to it. Okay. Hey, Protector 91, welcome. Okay. So I said, oh yes, Miss Lady T, it's on yesterday's live. Yes, I pulled it up. And I was going to actually go into more detail. Mr. CKB was on there on the panel, and he started going into, he was looking at it from a lawyer's perspective and things like that. Like, you can't really see unless you click on the links and all that. And I get that. We can't see who was serving, all of that. But it still, in my opinion, tells a story. You know what I'm saying? When you walk through each event, it still tells a story, right? A Mama Magazine said you was on point. Right. Okay. So I said, now hold up. What in the world? Because I've never seen anybody in jail or going to prison have on something like that. When I went and looked up prison attire for Texas, okay, child, I couldn't find that outfit. Okay. Child, where did they get that outfit from? Okay, because I was looking, I say, well, is it something is that a new brand? Is it maybe, is this a new line, prison line that we put in? Because child, I ain't never seen nobody in prison or jail wearing nothing like that. It's like they were trying to embarrass that young man. Okay, I'm still scrolling. And these are just some examples. All of them have on little t-shirt or a jumpsuit. Okay, some got orange, some got brown, but it ain't that outfit. Okay, a little tank top with nothing under it showing his chest, his arms. Where y'all get that outfit from? And that stood out to me, and I said, let me see if that's a new line or something. Maybe that's something they do when they transfer. No, that's not something they do. Y'all are trying to embarrass this young man. Okay, in my opinion. Did you see? Yes, girl, 75-page lawsuit. Him and look, not just the DA, y'all. the prosecutor on this case as well. He's in the lawsuit. His name all up and through there too. Yeah. Where is but see, they know if they brought in the actual weapon that was used, y'all, it was going to bring questions. I have never seen a trial where you didn't even bring in. That's how they thought of this whole case, y'all. They could do the bare minimum and get away with it. That's how cocky they were in that county. They don't even have to show the evidence. They didn't bring in no evidence. The defense didn't even do any cross-examinations. Okay? Yeah, they put the parents out allegedly. And if you show any emotion, you were getting kicked out allegedly. I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to show y'all that video too. They shaved his head. Yes. And then they said yesterday, some people in the chat, they said that's typical because they don't want, potential of lice. Okay. Well, child, black people, lice don't survive. Black people are here. So that's a hot mess. Okay. I just didn't know that because his hair was already short. So I was like, did they have to just shave it all? It's going to grow back. He got to keep it shaved. These people in these pictures don't have their hair shaved all the way to the thin meat. Bald. Why does he have to be bald? It was already short. Yeah. It's crazy work. Oh, yeah, I heard that dad girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is what it is. What line is that, y'all? Because it doesn't look like any of the ones on here. Okay? It doesn't look like any of the ones on here. It's like y'all were just trying to embarrass him. That's what it's giving. That y'all were trying to embarrass him because I've gone through these pictures and I can't find that line. I can't find an outfit like that. Okay? Most of them show you covered. Okay? It's a certain color. Especially if you're being transferred. You got to travel. So y'all just let him be cold. Put on a potato bag. That's what it looked like. And cut a hole in it for the head and some holes for the arms. What kind of mess is that? Y'all knew what y'all were doing. And then to shave his hair, it was already short. All these men in these pictures are not bald. Everybody in prison ain't bald-headed. Some of these men got hair. So one man has dreads on this one. So the whole lice thing, I don't understand it. Because everybody ain't bald. Okay? In prison. Yeah, the slave gear. That's a hot mess. Yeah, I pray that he gets a retrial too. Let me show y'all this video from this lady. Now let's see. They're gonna call her a liar. Okay. Are y'all gonna call her a liar? Y'all gonna disrespect this elderly lady?
He failed.
Yes.
He fell on him. And the knife he had the knife in his hand.
Well, it wasn't a knife.
What was it?
It was a tool that they tighten up their track cleats with.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, so he never bought a knife.
Yeah.
So that came out in the courtroom yesterday. That
it never was a knife.
You don't want to sit down?
Richard, can I get my wallet?
Yes.
Let me just
Yeah, because I don't want you to fall.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to fall. I'm standing. I'm not going to fall. I'm not moving. I've got my legs on.
You say my legs still.
Say my legs
My legs are, well, they don't. But if I can sit down, I'll be happy.
Yes.
But anyhow, that's what I'm here for. And I was hoping the card is not out yet.
Right. It's probably going to get out around 6 o'clock.
That's what I thought. That's what they said. And we got another
whatever
hour.
color they
And I
use,
just want to,
attire is
I'm not going to. What's your name? Kathy Taylor.
Thank y'all so much. And sir, thank you so much. Very much so. We thank y'all for standing and just.
He's not. Thank you. And, okay, so it was the cleat. And he had that in his hand.
Yeah, the tool is like a little tool like this, like a screwdriver.
So he was innocent
Completely, because you're allowed to have that tool as a track athlete to tighten up your cleats.
Yeah. Okay, and he had it in his hand, and the other kid fell on mine.
Well, I can say fell on it, but if we're being completely honest, with four guys like wailing on you, and they're overpowering.
But he can, but
I saw him.
No, Didi, watch out.
Oh, you want it.
You tell
I
me
saw the other kid trip.
you the one who
That's why I said
Innocent. Gotcha.
that child, he fell.
Yes.
He fell on him, and the knife was. He had the knife in his hand.
Well, it wasn't a knife.
What was it?
It was a tool that they tighten up their track cleats with.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, so he never bought a knife.
Yeah.
okay.
So that came out in the courtroom.
I played that also because this is the importance of showing the actual evidence in court. Okay. This lady was confused about what it was. Do you know how that could clear up some things by showing what it was? She was confused. Then she was stating that he allegedly fell when he had it in his hand. See, it's a lot missing, and the defense did not make it clear. Hi, Sharonda. Karmelo is a refugee from New Orleans. Follow the money. Oh, really, Sharonda? I hadn't heard that. And so my thing was, I'm still not clear on the whole words were said, push, jumping. Okay, at what point did the backpack come into play? What point did he take it out? He had it in his hand, and then we're hearing that he allegedly fell. Okay, now if we kind of piece that with what the medical examiner said of the whole, how it went in there, the piercing through his heart, with that and his body weight, if it did happen like that, that would make sense on how the whole position of it went into his chest. If you see what I'm saying, this is one reason they needed to have the actual thing to clear this up, because we're still not clear. Okay, even we're not clear. People that seen it still not clear. What was it? What was it? They never showed it. Okay, they never had his backpack in there. They never had his clothes in there. Barely had any witnesses for the defense in there. So we're still lost on the actual weapon used. They know that if they bring it in there and it's not just a knife. See, imagine you just say knife, then that's going to look a certain type of way, because the weapon does matter, because you also need a purpose behind why was it in there. Never clarified. If it was some for cleats, that would then make sense why it was in there. So you see what I'm saying? Why that's important? They missed that opportunity. Now, let's be reminded, and we're going to get off because, child, we get deeper into this than what I thought we would this morning. Let's revisit what the first guy who saw the video, what he said. Okay. Now, keep in mind what this lady said. She's a white lady. Okay. Now, color does not matter, but some people only hear color. Okay, come on now. If they're hearing it from, they're white, some people only want to hear from white person. They don't trust some black people. Okay, all the black people saying that we conspiring against. No, what do you say when an elderly white lady is saying certain things about it as well? Okay, so let's listen to what he said, and then we're gonna think about that like button. It is for free. Thank you.
So she already told you what I want to know. So you actually seen the video with your own two eyes?
Yeah.
Are you able to elaborate on it?
Yeah,
As much. Oh, well, come on then. Okay, so can you tell the viewers that you seen the video on 2 hours? Was it clear enough, or was it fuzzy, or what?
No, it was clear. It was clear.
So why some of these people saying the video not clear?
I'll speak it to it this way. The video is clear enough because they did edit the video, and I know people don't like to hear that, but they did, so it can be in a 11-minute block.
Right.
Because it's several video footage from different cameras.
Okay.
And so instead of bringing somebody in to watch all that boring footage, they just basically condensed it to 11 minutes.
Okay.
And so on that, they did cut the angle a little bit so you can protect some of the kids or whatever.
Right.
But you still see clearly. Okay. And it's clear enough where you can see the actual individual raindrops come by the camera.
Okay.
That's how clear it is.
Okay.
So just check that. So if you ever been to Cockendall Stadium, you know on the home side, that's where those 3 cameras are sitting.
Right.
One here at the 40, one at the 50, that's the motion camera. And then you have the other one right here.
Right.
But they also have security cameras too.
Okay.
On either end on both sides.
Okay.
And I think they have a couple more cameras somewhere.
Okay.
But those cameras, the one that they're showing is the one that's right to the right side of 50 yard.
Right.
So it's directly showing where Karmelo and them were.
Okay.
So you actually see them walking up. You see that Karmelo is already up under there. He's under there minding his business.
Dodging the rain, or
yeah, it was still raining. You know.
Now, see, even according to this man, they weren't even under the tent yet. Okay, so it wasn't like he was going over there bothering them. This shows his purpose was to go over there, and he was sitting there minding his business, talking to Eddie. Okay, so that's important. They never brought that up, that they weren't already under the tent. So keep that in mind of what he's saying he saw in this video.
Right.
I'm from Little. So that day we were under a tornado watch.
Right.
And we were under thunderstorm warning, and we know we had already had some light rain then, and it started raining again. Then it was over with for the day. Okay. So that's kind of what happened on that day. But they were at a rain delay already, and so during that time when that happened, the twins, their 2 buddies, and a few other kids, because there was a few kids involved with it, they were all coming from the direction of the middle school, coming walking back up.
Right.
On the video, you can see those 4 that actually was involved, and maybe about 3 or 4 others that was with them, skipping up, trying to catch up behind. One veered off probably toward his way to go to the coach and kind of distract him a little bit. And then the other 4 came walking together. One went in front of them, went past.
Right.
The other 4 went and they surrounded Karmelo. You know, if you're Karmelo.
And they showed that on that video.
It's on the video.
Okay, come on.
You can see them walk.
I'm going to say little stuff.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
They actually tell you when you're watching the video, pay attention in this corner right here, because if you look anywhere else, you might miss different things.
Okay.
So watch those 4. Here they're 4 right there coming up.
Right.
That's exactly what they say.
Okay.
And so you have no way to be confused that it's those 4. Okay. So they come up, they surround them, and it's immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause.
Now, why didn't the district, while they're in there, letting these people see it, okay? They had to sign up to go and see this video. Why didn't they bring this to court and show up? Okay, to court. Yes, it's showing y'all were unserved, okay? This is important to bring it in, how they're explaining, watch this, watch that. You should have been in court explaining that. Why is it that y'all weren't in court showing this video, explaining, watch this part, watch this part? I'm not understanding, because these people saw it.
Then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
So it's more than the twins that got some licks on.
4.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter and Austin standing in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
And then later on, he said that Austin threw the bag.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so that's them both antagonizing. And we know under Texas law, I just have the fear that you're about to do something to me and you can get up out of here.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible, or Vibe Code.
Yeah, so you don't have to touch me. But at that point, he still stood there and stopped there. And whatever they say alleged was said, you don't know that until they get into it here. But once they did that, they started hitting him. Karmelo actually was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time. Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in.
Okay.
And when they brought him back in, that's when you can see Austin put him in a headlock. You can see that all the rest of them are still hitting. That must be when the poke happened, because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the other little kid was filming, because they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming.
They got what? Say that again.
But that's where he was filming. He looked down because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the other little kid was filming, because they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming.
They got some cell phone footage too. In the arrest report, it says that they took up some student cell phones. Where's the footage, Collin County? Where are the videos? Even if y'all didn't want to bring in this footage that this man saw at the district, why didn't y'all bring in the cell phone footage? Defense, y'all could have subpoenaed to get that. The videos are deleted, in my opinion. I believe they deleted those videos. They would have had to subpoena the actual phone companies to get the things that were deleted. Okay, students were out there recording. And the more I hear this over and over, y'all, the more it looks like they set Karmelo up. Once he sat there, it seems like it started becoming this whole setup to get him. People are forming in positions, some of these kids, some are in positions to record, all of that. Where's that footage? Okay, if y'all didn't show this one, the one he's referring to, where's that footage? And it was multiple boys. It wasn't 1 versus 1, wasn't 2 versus 1, 4 versus 1, a crowd of y'all. And then Eddie is wrong, because Eddie was sitting there throughout this whole thing. And I'm wondering, was Eddie a part of any of this? Okay, guilty by association, all parties involved should have been, all of them should have had some type of fighting charges. See, they cover for their kids. Okay, and he tried to retreat twice. He didn't have to, but he tried to get away twice. Remember, the man is going to say he's a fighter. He's not a fighter, he's a lover. He wasn't trying to fight them. Okay, why nobody talking about what Hunter said? They don't want to. Hey, that one, because it will go against their narrative that they put in court. Yeah, the police took up the phones. Where's the footage? We never got wind of where that footage is.
Looked directly at him in his camera, and then he went this way to the left. He went down, he fell, and that's when they realized he was gone, because they were still punching. And when he fell, that's when they all turned around. They started chasing him. Austin tried to go chase him too, but he grabbed his chest. I guess he realized that something happened to him, and that's when.
So that's the thing too, y'all. They were, even after fighting him, how did we, when I was talking about that earlier, this is what I'm talking about. There's no supervision, nobody in earshot or view points to see kids gathering and fighting. It was getting to the point that somebody has now gotten stabbed and they are chasing him now. Now y'all going after him. What y'all gonna do when y'all get to him? Y'all was gonna keep beating him up. What were y'all gonna do? Austin was trying to too, but he realized he had gotten stabbed. So what were y'all going to do once you made it up to him? He done took off running. Y'all are now pursuing him. So obviously he wasn't a threat. You don't run after a threat, right? A group of y'all. Okay, so that's the part I didn't understand either.
When he went down a little bit and he fell down. But all three of them were chasing. But Karmelo was so fast, he got away and went around to the coach. And so you can see them on the video pointing toward Karmelo and the coach. And I can imagine, because Karmelo out of the camera on that moment, that he was telling the coach what happened. And then that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around. That's a true statement. He just wasn't sitting when he did. He whipped his head around. You see him on the video. And that's when he walked over to where Austin was, but he never touched him. So all that stuff about him rendering aid and holding his heart, and he never did that, because the coach grabbed him and he was holding him. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where the moment went. But they did assault him. And we'll just play the game. Even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him, because it was unwanted. By your own definition in your word of him saying that leave me alone and I'm not going, you assaulted him, period. but they did beat him. And if you look at the not the photo that Fox 4 put out, because that was one that they actually edited. I have the emails to prove it. But the actual Collin County one, you can see the webs and stuff on his eye. You can see the bridge of his nose is swollen. You can see the webs under his neck. And so that's the reason why they edited the one from Fox and kind of airbrushed it. And you can see they put the locks of his hair that got taken out as well.
Oh, okay. I need to get that.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people on this live. Then
Send me your email. I'll send it to you. You know, I've been doing this thing since last year.
Now.
Yeah.
It's illegal to drive without car insurance in almost every U.S. state, but there's one thing you could try pretty much any time if you want to save money. So I found this website, and look at the difference: $159 a month. I thought this was
the more we listen to this, and we see now in hindsight how Eddie's flipped on him, Jacqueline, that makes sense. Okay, Karmelo went over there to talk to Eddie. Eddie probably did, because all of a sudden the twins were not under the tent. Now here they come walking over. Could have possibly text one of them. This is why the text messages are important, not just by looking at their phones. No, I'm talking about pulling it from the cloud. Okay, where any message is sent from Eddie to the boys or any of their friends that Karmelo was over there under their tent. What made them all come over there? Then you had one going to talk to the coach, interference, one moving in position to record. It looked like a whole setup. It looked like they were going to get this whole fight video and upload it, okay, because they do have those fight threads, okay, in little groups that they upload these fights to, like some badge of honor, but it went too far. They didn't realize that he had something in there for protection, okay? They didn't realize that. They trying to chase the boy. Still no adult. Y'all didn't see him they were trying to chase him after he got away? Nobody witnessed that part? Hey, Karen, nobody witnessed that part? Hunter was the one who packed his own twin brother out there. He was the one who initiated that whole attack on Karmelo. Right. Yes, he is the girlfriend's cousin or ex-girlfriend. I don't know if that's still his girlfriend. Yeah, she posted pictures talking about keep your head up, child. She gonna be moving on. If Austin didn't realize he was stabbed, then why are they chasing Karmelo? They were beating that kid and he got away. Why were they chasing him if they didn't know he was stabbed at the time? Well, they were, because remember he just said that they were still punching. They were still punching. And so I guess it got away. Let's listen to that part again. They were about to chase, but you know how, like, have you ever gotten like a paper cut, which, I mean, that was a deeper cut, but you know, a paper cut after the fact, you're like, man, something hurts. He probably was getting up to go and chase, but like, oh, hold on. Something that got me in my heart. Let's listen to that.
But he never touched him. So all that stuff about him, looked directly at him in his camera, and then he went this way to the left.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so that's them both antagonizing. And we know under Texas law, I just have to fear that you're about to do something to me and you can get up out of here. Yeah, so you don't have to touch me. But at that point, he still stood there and stopped there. And whatever they say alleged was said, you don't know that until they get to it here. But once they did that, they started hitting him. Karmelo actually was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time. Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in. Okay. And when they brought him back in, that's when you can see Austin put him in a headlock. You can see that all the rest of them are still hitting. That must be when the poke happened, because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the other little kid was filming, because they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming. He looked directly at him in his camera.
He said the poke must have happened when he was able to get out. Okay, that's when he was able to kind of slide out. He said he even looked directly at the kid that was filming. Okay, I'm wondering, was that Eddie? I'm wondering, was by then that Eddie over there recording? Who was recording over there in position already? Okay, and then Herb brought up a good point. He had health issues, okay? At that time, we didn't know about his epilepsy, but he had seizures. So he's not trying to fight. Then Miss Lady T brought up another good point. He had just hurt his arm or shoulder, something to that effect. I forgot which one they said too, and had been having therapy. Why would he be out there trying to fight? Okay. And I think Austin was supposed to be in therapy too for an injury. So why are you even, first, why y'all even out here? Okay, because y'all weren't even supposed to be here. How about that? Those two weren't even supposed to be there, but they're there nonetheless. Okay. But he had gotten hurt too and was supposed to be going to therapy. But you out here fighting. So why were they chasing him if they didn't know Austin was stabbed at the time? They were trying to still fight him. Yeah, they were bullying him. It's Texas, and if it was at least 50 kids there that day, 10 of them probably had some kind of weapon. You think so? Another weapon? This is how you know it's BS. There were kids from other schools under the tent, but they only had a problem with Karmelo. Thank you. Okay. Eddie. Okay, so that was Eddie that was filming. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep, especially when you moving on adrenaline, you won't know you're hurt. That's true. Hey, Shirley, welcome. That's true. He had epilepsy and had on the first night and could not pay for medicine. Think they broke and had coupons. Karmelo had no intention on hurting anyone, and the twins' father is pushing that narrative out like Karmelo did that purposely when he didn't. Exactly. Austin and Hunter were two troublemakers. Yeah. Many people pull up their phones to film fights, especially these kids. There's probably many videos floating around. Yes, that's what I'm saying. See, somebody is going to leak something one day. Okay? Somebody is going to leak something one day. Somebody has that fight. The police didn't get everybody's phone. Somebody has some footage. But see, right now, they know better than to release it while the trial was going on. But one day it's going to come out. Thank you, ma'am. One day it's going to come out. Watch. Somebody gonna say something.
And then he went this way to the left. He went down. He fell. And that's when they realized he was gone. So they were still punching. And when he fell, that's when they all turned around. They started chasing him. Austin tried to go chase him too, but he grabbed his chest. I guess he realized that something happened to him. And that's when he went down a little bit and he fell down. But all three of them were chasing. But Karmelo was so fast, he got away and went around to the coach. And so you can see them on the video pointing toward Karmelo and the coach. And I can imagine, because Karmelo out of the camera on that moment, that he was telling the coach what happened. And then that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around. That's a true statement. He just wasn't sitting with it. He whipped his head around. You see him on the video. And that's when he walked over to where Austin was, but he never touched him. So all that stuff about him rendering aid and holding his heart, and not, he never did that because the coach grabbed him and he was holding him. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where the moment went. But they did assault him, and we'll just play the game. Even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him because it was unwanted. By your own definition of your word, of him saying that leave me alone and I'm not going, you assaulted him, period. But they did beat him. And if you look at the, not the photo that Fox 4 put out, because that was one that they actually edited. I have the emails to prove it. But the actual Collin County one, you can see the webs and stuff on his eye. You can see the bridge of his nose is swollen. You can see the webs under his neck. And so that's the reason why they edited the one from Fox and kind of airbrushed it. And you can see they put the locks of his hair that got taken out as well.
Oh, okay. I need to get that.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people on this live. Then
Send me your email.
I will.
I'll send it out to you. You know, I've been doing this thing since last year.
Now. Yeah. I listen to. A lot of people don't know. I listen to everything. And I heard something. You said them 4 people, a light bright and a dark.
Yes, sir.
What you mean by that? Light white or dark white?
One mix, one not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a black dude over there with them.
Yeah, 2.
It was a mix, and it was a brother.
Yeah, and I think one
so
more
it was a school thing.
I think one more supposed to be there, but he was suspended.
But it was like a school thing instead of like.
It was I'm gonna just say this. Let me just be real. It was more than just a school thing. It was a I don't like you thing.
Right. Okay.
One of them ran track with him, so he definitely liked him because they were beating each other, whatever. But another one actually knew of him. Okay. And he just happened to go to a memorial and be friends with the twins and all that.
So somebody else called
that's
the twins.
And that's the one that wasn't able to make it.
Right.
Yeah, because he made sure he told me I wasn't even there. We know you wasn't there. You were suspended. And so at the end of the day, but there was a plan. And if you remember, if you look at TikTok, and I think they put it on Facebook as well, there was a photo showing the back of the canopy and Karmelo was sitting in the grave, and it said 2 minutes before. That was that young man who took that picture 2 minutes before the fight.
Right.
And you can see him on the video entering into the canopy. He was coming in from this side to sit down. So when they came and they started aggressing upon the little guy in the yellow poncho, they kept looking back. But when they started hitting them, they couldn't take it no more. So they just put their head down and stood there.
Man, so people actually were there just letting this happen to him too, y'all. And you know what? That whole picture, that he posted, that was almost like a call too to come on. You know what I'm saying? Why post that picture of them just sitting there like that? That was like a call too. That y'all, the more I think about it looked like they set him up that day. Like seriously. Like what you posting a picture of that for? And then there's other people just around while all this is happening, and y'all putting y'all heads down because y'all see what's happening to Karmelo, and none of y'all spoke up. None of y'all could come in there and say, we witnessed that they were beating him up allegedly. Like that is, that's messed up. That's messed up. The same day the lawyer took all the money out, it's the same day Charleston fake switched up on them. No coincidence. Okay, clock it. My opinion, why the coach let Austin back on the team, Jeff Metcalf probably called the coach in a few choice to where he better put Austin back on the team. Just my opinion. Yeah, they act like they scared of that man. Austin and his family wasn't white. Remember, they Native American. Okay, not Native American, child. Not the way he was. Not the way he was out here talking. Ooh, just filthy, just horrible and disgusting. Okay, Jesse from the Law and Crime said he can't get another trial, but Melo asks for a court lawyer set up again. Wait, Jesse from the Law and Crime said he can't get another trial. Oh, but he asked for a court lawyer. Oh, yeah. You know what? That is a setup again. Definitely. I see what you're saying. The small corrupt towns got these people scared. Yes. Okay. If they've been getting away, y'all, the DA has been in office since 2011. Okay. He has all these different complaints on him from these people who are intimidated. He's allegedly harassed. And I mean, it's horrible. 75-page indictment, little charges, lawsuit, whatever they call it, lawsuit, I should say. And they paid out a settlement of $1.75 million a couple of years ago. And it was just so many things. Just, he's a super freak. He's super freaky. Yeah. Okay. That's what he is. Okay. You got all them people up in there, child. They scared. They scared their parents going to lose their jobs over there in that county. All kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah. I think they set him up. Why call him over there? Right. Then act like you don't know him. Come on now. You're right about that. How did y'all done set this young man up? I just can't believe it. And then switched everything around. This is crazy work. There was talk about Austin had posted to social media stating any of you monkeys come to the games, but better think twice. So they scrubbed that too. I didn't even see that, Karen. Wow.
But that little dude got back up and started filming. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah. And so that's the moment that we run into, and so that's why you had so much of a smear campaign on all kind of people saying this. They worry about folk backgrounds and all that. We worried about this boy right here that's in here because he's still a boy, even though he's a grown man. He was still a young man looking like a baby up in there. Yeah. We worried about him being charged for something that he shouldn't have, which technically Hunter, those two boys, and the other 3 or 4 boys that helped him out should be charged with. And that's what the moment is. They should be charged with murder. Texas law reads, if you're in the commission of a felony and one of you happen to unalive, I'll use TikTok for the moments. Yeah. At that point in time, everybody who was acting in that felony now get charged with the higher crime of the unalive. And that's why you hear Jeff Metcalf, Megan Metcalf, Sarah Fields, all these other people. That's why you hear them keep saying that, hey, Hunter didn't do nothing. It was all Austin. Austin grabbed the bag. Austin pushed him. Austin did this.
Wow.
When Hunter started it by his own admission on WFAA on April the 2nd, a few hours after they got from the hospital, he said in his own mouth on that interview that me and my brother and a couple of our friends, we came. That's what he said. He was involved.
And then he said, my brother like to protect me.
Protect me.
Yeah.
So if he started, his brother always come in to protect him and finish it. That's
Right.
what he said. So now you want to do this campaign, 18 hours on TikTok, all this stuff you want to do to try to uncenter Hunter from the problem. And then you give out scholarships to some of these kids that was involved so the mama can have money in their pocket and they won't testify. That's what these people have been doing. So it's just a moment to where.
Come on now. Hagee Coco said 42 USC 1983, a federal law that lets people sue government officials when their constitutional rights are violated. Okay. They need that. I'm telling you, so many things that went wrong in this situation. We were talking about it earlier on the live that could have possibly prevented it. Yes, a Mama Magazine, they tried to hide it under the guise of Hunter was not there because he was on the witness list. Okay, well, this is how we can clock that y'all still had a reason to stop him from coming or being there for him to take any accountability is y'all never called him up. I'll call him back. Y'all never called him up there. If he was on the witness list, why was he not called to the stand? No, y'all put him on the witness list to make sure he didn't come to court or that he had a reason that he didn't want to come to court because he never admitted his involvement. He should have been one of the first ones on the stand. Okay, because you were there, you and your brother were there, right? Were you a witness to your brother's unaliving? Okay, so hey, you need to be on the stand. We're gonna call you out on the things that you said in those interviews. Yes, they did post that, and the twins posted pics with big yeah, I saw that. I did see that, Miss Lady T. The ones with the pow-pows. So they gave them immunity, to probably lie on Karmelo. Y'all, we don't even know what they gave, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly. We don't know if it's scholarships, they're going to college, favors for parents, money. We don't know. We know that in situations like this, palms get greased. But what we do know also is people grow up. People get mad at people. People will turn on people, and people will start speaking up. The truth gonna one day come out. Somebody still has some evidence that was not taken up, and they're gonna leak that one day. They're gonna try to sell it one day. Watch. Just mark my words. People get comfortable out here, just like the father got real comfortable. Now that gag order is no longer, his whole true colors is showing. That's how he's been feeling. Okay, that's what he's been wanting to say for the past year or so. God gave us a mouth to speak. We will use our voice. Yes, and this guy here was so detailed too, y'all. Think about it. If the video that they showed in court, this guy wasn't even in there, first of all. He was too detailed. Notice he talked about somebody in a yellow poncho. Like it was too many details, talking about pulling on his hoodie and all of that. That wasn't in the arrest report. Where would this man have gotten that information from? He was really detailed about the cameras, the position of the cameras. This one standing over here, what he looked like. He had too many details. Okay. I just said they got to be charged. Yeah, anyone who was fighting should have been charged. They didn't want the jury to see how big Hunter. Right. It is. Yo, that's true. He came in there after the fact. Okay. Somebody, man, you a big boy. Okay, well, two of y'all. Yeah, they need to be charged. I thought the kid might have been threatened. Yeah, probably threats too. I wouldn't put it past them. Probably threats.
At some point, people need to understand that it's a little bit deeper, and that's why in the opening statements he said what he said. We're gonna show you the video to show you that it wasn't just a touch and a whisper and all that. We're gonna show you. We got the video, and so when you see the video, you're gonna know they assaulted him, and he had no other choice because guess what? We have no duty to retreat in Texas.
Right.
None. That boy retreated twice. He got beat up. The boy retreated. They pulled him back in.
He actually got beat up.
Yeah, he got beat up. Yeah, he got his butt whooped. Yeah, that boy's a lover, not a fighter. His own supervisor said that on TikTok from Foot Locker. He said that boy's scared of his own shot. And if you were in that courtroom, they said that the other day on Wednesday. Right. He was in there. He was shaking. That boy was nervous. And so at the end of the day, he's a kid.
So the video should tell the tale.
It always have told the tale. But what they did not expect, they didn't expect that the community and other folks like myself and others would actually say, no, that's not right. So, I know you got a video because I knew that on the 3rd of April. So let me go see that. Let me go see what happened. So I'm not going to take the word of the people in the community. I'm not even going to take the word of the people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
So are they using it for the court or are they trying not to?
They don't have no choice. If they don't want to use that video, they can't have no witnesses.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't put Hunter up. You can't put Jeff Metcalf up. You can't put Megan up. You can't put the folks that actually are on the police report, the 2 that wrote a statement, or the 70-something people on there. Nobody can say they said anything.
Now, this was prior, y'all, clock this. This was prior when he was out doing this interview, prior to all of that happening with the defense. Notice that they didn't bring up those people. I want y'all to peep the play, okay? Because it would have contradicted everything on this video. The statements that were written. So what do? They go the other way. Just don't bring in the video. That's sad. They just didn't bring in the video. And he was speaking from a viewpoint of the defense, calling it out. But when you have snakes in the camp that's working together with others, they didn't call none of it out. They didn't counter what the other prosecutor witnesses said. They didn't call the lies out. Okay? They didn't add to it. They didn't say, no. Let's back up. Because according to the video that we're going to bring in, it told a different story. They didn't do that. So this was prior to the defense, the little 2 witnesses they brought up that day. It was prior to that. Okay?
Because as soon as they speak, the only thing the defense got to say, do you want to change your statement? You want to retract that? You want to add on to it? And they say no. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Is that you?
Right.
Did you do that?
Right.
Is this what you said? And so it has to be played.
They need to post. Yeah, they need that video. Boy, they can give me that video, man. Say you didn't have no metal glasses on, so you can copy it.
Well, you had people try it.
Wow.
They got kicked out. So, yeah, a couple times. So we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, there's a couple people try.
Do you plan on being here every day?
I'll be here every day. Yeah, since they want to be messing with me, I should have been on the road making my money.
Wow. So I cannot wait. Wow. So that was that video, the guy and him and the other lady, when they explained what they saw in the video, because it was a couple of more people that have come forward stating what they've seen in the video, are almost identical statements, y'all. It's almost identical. So it's so unfortunate that the defense did not pull in this video and for them to speak to this video. The other students, they didn't pull in the witness statements. They didn't even really outline from Karmelo's point of view what happened. Even if Karmelo didn't take the stand, they didn't make clear what happened. They didn't bring in the actual weapon to show the jury. Okay, they brought a picture. Medical examiner, she did not, in my opinion, outline everything. The toxicology, autopsy report, you only said certain things. See, the defense, it was their job to say, okay, what about toxicology? We're going to bring in autopsy. Were there anything, showing in Austin's, his system? Because certain drugs can make you feel big and bad, can make you feel angry and ready to fight. Okay. So those type of things were not brought up. They were not brought up. The defense didn't do any cross-examinations, and it just confirms what we already know. Okay. It pretty much confirms what we already know. This is all a one big gameplay, and it was chess. It was chess. They used people to get certain people into positions. Okay. The lawyers, Toby Shook and Worski, the prosecutor, were prosecutors together, had their own law firm together in Dallas. Now they're on opposite sides. That does not take away from the friendship and the whole partnership that they've had. Okay, so it was like a railroad coming from the other side because you had snakes in the camp. The family did not know. Karmelo did not know. They're thinking that they're listening to wisdom from their own attorneys, not knowing that these attorneys were not really on their side, in my opinion. Okay, no expert witnesses. They were supposedly on the list, according to Dominique, as witnesses. They were not called up there. Okay, they were not. Why not? Why not? This is messed up how we, the people, did more investigating than the prosecution. Clock it. Okay, thank you. Defense knew who videoed the actual video, yet didn't take one person from the list as their witness. They didn't flip Eddie either. Come on now. They should have called Eddie out. Y'all, the only thing they called Eddie out on was the fact that Eddie pretended like he didn't know Karmelo. What that got to do? Okay, although, yeah, you showing him as a liar, right? But you didn't get to the main thing. Is Eddie, did you call Karmelo over there? Okay, let's start there. Now, did you also record what was happening there? Oh, okay, because by then, if he wanted to lie, we would have already had the video pulled from his phone from the cloud, any text messages that may have occurred to Karmelo, to the twins, or any of those people right before that incident happened. They didn't do no footwork. Okay, this reminded me of the Tyrone Davis situation. This is why I did that video about when it comes to our Black men, why these cases, these investigations are not taken seriously. The bare minimum is done. I'm surprised they didn't call it an accident. That's the new one. Oh, it was an accident. Okay, this person had mental health. If he was on a lie, that's what they would have used. Okay, they would have blamed his own death on him. If Karmelo if it was the other way around, without doing a proper investigation, they would have said, oh, he was a little sad, kind of depressed out there, made up some story and blamed his own death on him. That's the new trend that's going around. Blame the Black person's death on them and call it an accident. Justice, leave it alone. Thank you. Okay. They would have called it an accident. Well, if he gets a retrial, he should be able to testify on his own behalf to his his self-defense. So he can say, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, at some point, I hope Karmelo tells what happened from his perspective. That's only fair to him. If your lawyer is not going to do it, write a letter. Can he write a letter? Okay. Explaining his thought process, what was happening. They didn't want him to get up there because he would have told the truth. His own lawyer set him up also. That's why they didn't let him up. They weren't afraid of the prosecutors eating him up. No, they knew Karmelo was going to get up there and tell the truth and be all nervous and everything. And they didn't want the jury to show him any compassion. Okay. Oh, we can't put him up there because he's going to tell the truth. Probably he'll start crying and looking all nervous and stuff. That may get their heartstrings going. No, y'all wanted the heartstrings for Austin because y'all I heard replaying the video of Hunter. Oh, my brother, my best friend, and all of that. Playing it over and over and over. Pointing at Karmelo, coming over to his table, pointing to him about murder and all of this stuff, making him look cold and heartless. But none of the other stuff was done. Okay? None of it. That's what's so remarkable about Melo. For a kid that suffers from epilepsy, playing sports, mainly football, just shows how he is so determined not to let an illness hold him back. Right, Tracy? And that's the thing too. That's why another reason I was saying he's going to be okay is he seems like he perseveres. It seems like he has tenacity. Also, when you play sports, there's a different type of mindset that you get, right? When you're up against the grain. Your back is up against the wall. And his own family has shared how smart he is. Okay. He's caring. We saw he saved the little boy. Even that day, his mom was going to go with him to the track event. And he said, no, Mom, it's going to rain. You can stay at home. You know, so it's like that's going to work in his favor. They didn't realize that throughout his life in these short amount of years, they were training him. They were actually equipping him with the tools that he's going to need in this next season of his life. It's going to be a tough season. It's not going to be gravy, but he is well equipped. And parents, as parents, when we're training up our kids, we're, you know, allowing them to work like he has a good work ethic and, you know, showing them the right way. It's not in vain. We're preparing them. We're equipping them for when they get older or when they go through their own seasons in life. And I feel like he is going to be okay, that he was well equipped for this season. It's not a season that we expect for it to happen. It's not a surprise to God, and God is going to be with him wherever he go. I believe that. Eddie perjured himself. Yeah, he needs some charges. Okay, he needs some charges for perjury and for lying. Okay, they did absolutely nothing. Okay, no shade. Something is off with that Dominique dude. His energy is very, very off. Don't know what he's hiding, but it will come out. Well, I don't know, y'all. I really don't. He's been doing interviews, but I know that there was this other lawyer that is on IG, and she's been exposing some things. I'm trying not to get into all that and let them do that thing, but about him. So, hey, I mean, and not his background, because he's exposed his own background. I'm not talking about that, but as it pertains to this case and some things that were going on behind the scenes. He was not in the courtroom for a reason, I think. I don't think the family and him were talking anymore. I don't think he was really present like he started off. And I don't know what happened there. So I just kind of not talk about it. Yeah, so many of the kids perjured. They need some charges, okay? They need some charges. And to pay that fine of up to $10,000 in a whole murder case. Amen. And speaking Karmelo freedom into existence. That's right. That's right. Yes, he did. And guess who told the father to use the lawyer? Yes. Karmelo is a kid that is calm, laid back, but very intelligent. You can see that in the photos. Right. Mm-hmm. He was taking engineering as well. Yeah. Yeah. He wanted to get up in there, y'all. And it's good. Like me, I like hanging around older women too. I don't know, throughout my whole life, I valued that. Like, even at work and stuff, I like hanging with older women. Like, you'll learn more. So he'll get in there probably hanging around these older men. He'll learn some stuff, so get some wisdom from them. And then he's also going to help them. Okay, it may help prolong their lives in there. You know, sometimes you just want somebody to talk to, and they got that wisdom, and he can still get out. You know, he can still get out. He'll still be young, and things of that sort. But it could be some positives in this too. I try to focus on some positives for such a time as this. He could be used even in prison. Joseph was. Come on now. Okay, so we never know how that will help him even with his law. When he get out, he could still become a lawyer. He still has a chance. He still has a chance. And so I'm just praying that it works out for his good. Tammy said the drunk daddy over there rants him, but not the drunk daddy. But you know, goodwill, he raised sons to be bullies, so he can look at himself, and maybe the other son, he'll tell him to keep his hands to himself. You silly. Okay. Oh my goodness. There was tension before between Karmelo and Austin from football season. Oh, was there? It possibly could have been, because their teams did play each other. Now, hey, it could have been. And jealousy, y'all know it. Some of this stuff, y'all, we just got to speak on it, was jealousy. Okay. When you're great at what you do, track, sports, whatever you're doing, people, you're going to get some jealousy and some haters. Okay. People do not want to see you on equal levels as them, and definitely above them, child. Okay. People are okay when they think you're beneath them. But child, when they see, you better than me, or people like you more, or baby, that's what a hate starts to come in. That's what talking about. A lot of that, y'all, starts coming in. Over there talking about the Anthony family. He needs to be looking at his own family. The father of his home, right? Yeah, jealousy with the girlfriend too. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, y'all, look like I'm on the phone. I think that's all that I have. They've been calling me an old lady since I was real little. Yeah, you get wisdom from old folks and less drama. Okay. I do, y'all. I love, like, we have one of the mothers at the church, child. I love hanging with her and talking to her. And some of them old women, child, they be doing drama too, child. They be telling you all the gossip. You can talk. They don't have no judgment, child. You want to just be yourself. Baby, I used to be like that too. You know, something about the older women. I just love hanging with them. They funny too. They can say whatever they want to say and get away with it. Because they earn the right. Okay, come on now. Liquor is a spirit. Okay. And his came out. Girl, I'm so serious. His son will continue bullying after seeing what happened to his brother. He won't learn his lesson until he gets caught. Oh, yeah, definitely, Candy Girl Pink. Definitely. Okay. I'm telling you, he will see. You ain't got your brother here to take up for you no more. Okay. Your mouth gonna be reckless with the wrong person, and you're not gonna always be in that county surrounded by those folks. So you need to learn a lesson in all of this. Keep your hands to yourself and your mouth. You might want to watch it, okay, on some stuff. Everybody ain't gonna play, but I ain't saying that because I feel like Karmelo was trying to take your brother out. I don't want to get it twisted. Okay. Plus, I heard they had a situation. Party or something. He wanted that girl probably, and that was Eddie's cousin. They probably been trying to talk to Eddie. Hey, hook me up with her. Oh, she go with Karmelo. Oh man, how can I get her? Okay, hey, Detective London, right, girl, trying to hang up. My kids looking all upside me. Okay, girl, trying to get out from here. Y'all steady be talking. I mean, people done fell off. We done lost 30 people. Y'all still talking. I'm tickled. I say, now this live was supposed to be 1 hour. Oh my God. Shelly be talking about me too. She'll do her goodbye after I done 3. She'll say, well, everybody have a good evening. Y'all, Shelly say she coming live later on. So we gonna see. Okay, she was supposed to go live yesterday, child. And I'm like, Shelly, I ain't telling my people till you to set the live. So I'm going to definitely share her live. When she goes live, that's when y'all going to see it. Okay. Thank you, Mama Magazine. I appreciate your support, sis. Thank you so much. Yes, we love it, y'all. And shout out to Monica for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. The dad didn't bring that up. Hello, Barbara. Okay. Why the daddy didn't say, yeah, that done broke my arm? You don't even want to tell us that your son done broke your arm, sir, but you out here talking about Karmelo's family. Child, we don't want them kind of problems. Okay, well, your children breaking your arm and stuff. What kind of mess is that? You don't want to tell us that. Okay, have they gotten over that phase yet? Shoots. Okay, kids waiting on me to go get groceries. I can see out. Look, mine waiting on me to get lunch. I don't even know if they had breakfast. I tell them, you look, y'all got something in there. Go and find something up in there. Okay, I'm about to get out. Yes, Miss Lady T. I do want to come back. I might try to do a church live too, y'all, today. I'm at home today. Oh, thank you, Shelly. Y'all, this is Shelly's channel. Okay, please subscribe to her channel. She does a lot of mental health lives as well. She plays music, y'all, because YouTube gave me a warning. I try to be careful because I tried it so many times. So I try to be careful on the music. But Shelly, child, she can get away with it. I don't know how, but she plays music. She does all of that. And so shout out to Shelly Shell. So make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. And I usually also, when she's live, share it over so that y'all can see when she's live too. Yes, they left that part out. Yes. Shelly, can you drop the IG for a G Coco? Did the dad tell about his DV on the mom? No, he ain't talk about that either. Okay, sir, did you tell us how you be up there hitting on women? Okay. He left all of that out, child. He left all that broken arm out, the DV alleged case out, all of that. I'm going to say allegedly because I don't even know what the case file looks like. He left all of that out while y'all over there trying to be racist, talking about black people don't even know they daddies. Well, our daddies ain't over here trying to beat on our mamas. See, people always want to call out stuff, but you're not calling out the other stuff. Okay? I'm telling you, thank you, Buttercup. And we're going to also, y'all, do an update this evening sometime. I don't know the time. Oh, that's okay. I'll drop it, the IG. And the time for it, but we're going to come back with Ashley Janae update about her death. But y'all, Joe McCann has been out with a whole interview, child, gaslighting the public, child, involving the family, making Ashley look like she was a basket case, having suicidal thoughts, couldn't get pregnant, all kind of stuff, y'all. He dropped it all in that interview. So we want to go over that and really talk about him tonight. Because when I say talk about him in a bad way. Okay. I can't believe that man did that to her. That is so sad. If her family does not come out and speak up right now, you are complicit in allowing this man to get away with that. That's horrible. Okay? Unless y'all are saying it's true. There's no way he dropped all of that information, y'all. It was so much. The members, hey, y'all got access to it. Okay? It is crazy. The stuff he put, and they're going to try to include these AI looking generated pictures of her. It is so sad that this will be the memories. They have put that officially out that it was about suicide. That's what I'm saying about everyone, these black people that are ending up unalive. They are putting it out that they're taking their lives or it was an accident. There was some type of mental health situation. It's crazy work. Okay? Right. Hello, Barbara. Did he ever think about that? With your older tail, okay? Just because you have kids don't mean as you got older, you ain't shooting no blanks. Okay? Oh, okay. I didn't know that, Miss Lady T. Yes, it's all love, y'all. It really is. And I thank y'all so much. Y'all have been wonderful. Make sure y'all tap that like button. It is for free. Also, if you want to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the chat or in the description field of this video. Thank y'all so much. We will be back. Set your notification. You've been subscribed. Okay, thank you, Buttercup. Yeah, Joe trying to cover up. He another one trying to cover up. Okay. Yeah, got the mama looking suspect. I'm telling y'all, if they don't come out after this interview was just released and say something in defense of Ashley, Michael, go over there. Breathing all in my ear. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, that is horrible. That's horrible. But we'll get into it. Blessed Sunday. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you, sis. And y'all make sure you tap into Shelly Shells, okay, this evening as she goes live. Y'all have a great day.
Praise for her car.
Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.